Good morning, friends. Welcome to the second season of R2E. Thanks to this unfortunate pandemic where we started doing research on so many things. One of the research of education is going for revision in parts. Earlier, we used to do the revision only at the end because people used to find it difficult to travel every time. Now, because online, so people can sit at whatever time, wherever they are, they can attend the classes. So these revision classes are going to be in two parts. Part one we are going to do now. Maybe around 50 to 60% of the syllabus of every subject will be doing it. Weekly, one subject is a plan. So today and tomorrow we'll be doing the accounts. If there is a necessity, we may also have one more session on Wednesday. I'll let you confirm. Now, CA course as such is easily doable. Anybody and everybody can do it, but it requires focused, disciplined approach. So whether you're an average student, intelligent student, doesn't matter. What is required is you need to put the focused, dedicated effort. So if you do that, anybody and everybody can do it. Point number one. Point number two, these kind of sessions, what we are doing it here, should also help you to get the rank. If you're aiming at 800, the 900 plus question paper, 900 marks plus question paper, in that you should get 800. Because MCQ you do not have a choice, but other areas, everywhere there's a choice. So aim at 800, work for 800, at least you may end up with 600, 500, it's also fine, but don't come below 500 because of the time value of money. Fine. Now I'll be starting with the group 1 accounts today. Now in the regular class, I told you to maintain one CAPS material is there, then ICI material, these are the two Bible, Gita, Quran. Then you are supposed to maintain an exhaustive notes book. Then 200 pages on special point notebook. Now we have released revision material. Any of my non-CAPS friends who are listening, you can obviously chat to 83102 after the session, not now. And we will be giving you the sharing the material. Okay. So 83102 number you can share. So we'll be sharing you the material. Now, how do we go about? So January 2023, happy new year to all of you, my new friends, anybody listening to me. So from at least now, let us be more disciplined, more focused, more systematic. May 23 exam also, some of you are writing in November 23 maybe. May 23 students also can get first rank also if you put a dedicated focused effort, at least from now. Illa sir, I want to start from tomorrow after little question mark. Now, how do we go about? So maintain your CAPS material, exhaustive. Maintain your study material, exhaustive. Your notes book. Then this material, printout is preferred. Then there are two materials here. One is theory material and one is called practical material. The entire revision material is already distributed. So there is no second part material going to be given. So material, as far as revision material is concerned, and as far as the accounts is concerned, entire material is already what is shared. It contains entire material. Okay, so account standard, everything is there. Only thing is we will not be touching account standard now because in the regular class we have to do exhaustively and then we come to that. So how do we go about? So you need to keep your ICA material, CAPS material, then this material, theory and practicals together. Then apart from the suggest answer, etc. Then your normal regular material, notes book what you are maintaining, in that itself, Atava, my suggestion is maintain one separate book. Maintain one separate book for this problem solving, because you'll be doing for 1 week exhaustively left, right, center, you'll be solving the problems. Theory material, the revision material around 50-60 pages, around 80 pages. So the theory material, either in the 200 pages, you are already maintaining one chapter, you want to 10 to 20 points. That itself, you can add some points if the additional points are there. Or this revision material, theory material, what you kept, that itself is kept as a base. You can keep it as a base. That itself, side by side, you can keep on scribbling as and when the session happens. Or after the session, you can cover it up. This is how you are supposed to read. Existing, whatever you are following, there is no change. As it is, you are following. So whatever the regular class is happening, daily, minimum 1 hour to 2 hours you spend on that. Compulsory. Whatever happening, you cannot miss. Daily 1 or 2 hours you are spending on that. Apart from that, whatever 6, 8, 10 hours available to you in a day, 24 hours. So in that 3.5 hours for classes, maybe take average 4 hours plus 2 hours, 6 hours. 6 plus 7 sleep, 13 hours. So then 1 or 2 hours for your day-to-day routine. Okay. So out of balance 9 hours, around 8 to 9 hours if you read also. Okay, you'll be able to do wonders in life. How do I go about? So you have to keep your ICA material, CAPS material, your notes book already there. This is an exhaustive preparation that is required. Now this material what I give, theory, either the 200 page special book. I hope all of you are able to connect 200 page book. In that, whatever the points, if you already made, excellent. If you're not yet started, some of them would not have started. At least this book in there, you can start making the note. Or this 80 pages revision material, that itself is keep it as a base. Don't have to write again. Okay. That itself underline, highlight, and mark. So those are already maintained 200 pages book. So each chapter, whatever extra point you come across, make a note of it. And you have to follow religiously. Now I'll not discuss this again once more after 1 month. So already we have told multiple times for the regular students. So now what you should do is, all of you, so the 200 pages point, that's a very crucial point just before an examination. Either that special points, what I'm telling, okay, so which I've already told you a number of times for the new students, students YouTube, each chapter get around 10 to 15 pointer. If you have made it, great. If you have not made, these 80 pages notes, what you have given, that itself we keep it as a page. If you think I cannot write that, that itself we make a note side by side and do the best. Are you clear about what I said?
Yes, sir.
So, practical, so problem solve, I would suggest for R2E and R2C, maintain a separate book itself. Okay, so all the problems what you are solving there, maintain a separate book itself. So your regular notes book what you have maintained, then R2C or R2C problem solving separate book compulsory. Then 200 pages book, that is basically the summary of all the theoretical points and special points of each problem. So other maintain what theory point material, if you do not want to write again, but that 80 pages material what I given, that itself can be taken as a page and start preparing. Are you crystal clear with what I said?
Yes, sir.
Crystal clear with what I said? Okay. So all of you write down. Daily routine from today. Fresh book very good. Yeah. Daily routine, at least from today. Noted Asita and break. Yeah. Attend regular classes 100%. You get GSTR 9 CN invala. So office going preparately, they will cover up in the evening. So attend regular classes plus 1 to 2 hours. Revise the same. Whatever happens in the class, homework. So minimum 1 hour, maximum 2 hours. Maybe sometimes 3 hours in both if the homework extra. Otherwise 1 to 2 hours daily. Other than first point. Second point. Attend these revision classes. Every subject we are planning, all the 8 subjects. Attend these revision classes. Now what's happening? Before February, all the 8 subjects are part 1 will happen. So once the syllabus gets over, then part 2 with the little revision of whatever we have done now. We will not go exhaustively for this revision. We may just touch it in brief. Like for example, whatever chapter I do now, I may do it in brief at that time, exhaustively the balance chapters. Understanding? Right. So attend revision classes and spend around 6 to 8 hours daily on these topics. Say for example, accounts when you do, so you have to practice all the sum subject 500 pages book. Then point number 3, religiously write the test weekend, Saturday or Sunday for 50 marks, 50 marks. Now don't ask me which paper. This week accounts, if there's revision, that means account test. Next week if I do law test. If I do costing, that's it. I did for 50 marks. Religiously and honestly. Okay, write the test. And obviously, whatever the mistakes you have done, other 200 pages again you have to note it down. What are the mistakes you have done? What are the corrections you have to do it. religiously you have to follow next 4 to 5 months, 4 to 5 months till May last exam. You are supposed to follow it. Okay, now when you do that, 100% success. Clear about the things. Source material. Next, source material, caps material plus my notes regularly. Whatever the notes you return. Next, ICI materials only for problems. Accounts and theory odangilla. ICI materials only for problems. Next, revision material problems. Whatever we released yesterday, day before yesterday. Revision material problems. Next, revision material theory. As an addition to 200 page book. So either all the points in 200 page book or all the pages in this material only, you can just add. Somewhere you should have all the points because last minute you don't have time to go through any other book other than this 200 page book and revision material. Did you hear? And revision material theory and each problem with special point or 200 page book perfect. When you do now also, when it's all in now also, the 200 page book you are able to recall. Yeah, so each problem with a special point you have to make a note of it. Compulsory. You have to make a note of it. Next, suggested answers. Last 4 exams. Within the bracket. Base May for May, November for November. Base May for May, November for November. Last 4 suggested answer May 23 if I am writing an exam, you should take May 22 as a base. November 23 if I write the exam, November 22 as a base, because generally whatever questions have been asked in the immediately preceding exam, they may not repeat. They may not. They shall not until that. They may not. So if I'm writing in May 23, my base is what? May 22. If I'm writing in November 23, November 22 is the base material. Sabko samajh mein aa raha hai? All of you are able to understand?
Yes.
Yes. Next. Within the bracket, from May 18, new scheme. May 18 the scheme shuru agiddu. If you want to go through and see, some of them may not be available in the ICA website. You might search in other forums. Next, RTPs. Subject you should do it for November 22 and preceding. They will also release for your examination maybe after 1 month. RTP dash right. At to present, November 22 and backwards. 4 RTPs probably. Some of them are repetitive in nature. Don't do. So you don't have to do everything. Some of the questions are repetitive in nature. Just 1 RTP November 22. Earlier RTPs and a glance. If you think anything special, you make a note of it. That's it. 4 RTP plus my exam RTP, which will be released somewhere in February. My exam, May 23 RTP, release agila. Next, last 4 exams, MTPs, mock test paper. You will think, oh, I prepare so much, but trust me, when you cover up your class and this 500 pages book, almost majority of them would have been covered there. What you are supposed to do is anything what is missed there, you can cover. Put your effort. Aim for 100. Let us aim at least end up with 90s. 90 into 8 also is almost a first rank. Okay, 90 into 8. Okay, thank you. Shall we? With this, let me start.
Yes,
sir.
Let me show you the suggested answer of one of the examinations. Just to tell you the format, all of you fully focus ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರೆ it is better not to attend the classes. Fully focus. And ಮತ್ತೆ again, starting ಅಲ್ಲಿ full ಜೋಶ್ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ದಿನ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 4 ಜನ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗೋದು ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. Because attempting for 40 marks will never give you 50 marks. Attempting for 100 marks only can give you 50 marks or 60 marks. Okay, so give that commitment. Okay, so don't give reasons, and well in advance we'll tell you the schedule. So this has already been released on Saturday, that today is the session at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow all your other activities side git. All of your students alva in first priority now is education, important and urgent. Side git ella. Okay, keep it aside. 1 week in advance only we'll tell you. So next week again, maybe evening classes because some of the faculties may not be free in the daytime. So that's why they may take in the evening. Okay, we'll accordingly let you know at least on 2 days in advance. So accordingly, set aside all other activities. This is a live attend model better, except by office going people. Probably the permissions available, you attend. Otherwise, your office going people cover up in the evening. Okay, right. Full Josh because every batch we start with the Josh. But the last give 5-10 students ಗೆ ಪಾಪ ಜೋಶ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೋಶ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬೇಡವಾ ಅಂತ ಬರೀ ಫುಲ್ ಜೋಶ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೋಶ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ದೇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಟೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ May 22 suggest the answer. So May 22 suggest the answer. Listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Accounting paper 1. Trust me, those who attended because accounts 1 is already done except accounts start. Even now, if you take May 22 suggest the answer and do the questions, you will be able to get 50 plus. But the same question paper when it is given in your examination, you will struggle. You know why? Unwanted pressure and unwanted tension because physical activity, yoga, etc. we don't do it. Unwanted attention. That's why maintain that physical activity, yoga, la maadi, and you will be able to. And bindasagi. So what? I'm going to write the examination. So what? Okay, with that attitude, you prepare. So I'll just show you the format. First question is compulsory. It is always on account standard. May 18 till date, it is always on account standards. So we'll not be discussing anything about the May 18 suggest answer. Okay. So we are discussing May 18 suggest answer. First question is compulsory. Compulsory you have to attempt what? First question, which is an account standard question. Let us just ignore it for the time. Very easy questions, sir. We'll not touch it because we're not on account standards in the class. 4 questions into 5 marks, 20 out of 4. Okay. Second question in the May 22 examination was hire purchase 2A is for hire purchase transaction. If you remember, purchased 2 Delhi motors and problem. What we did instead of vans, it is a bikes. Same question. I think we discussed this question also in the regular class also. Yes. Then next question. All of you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Loss of stock and loss of profit. So both were asked in May 22 examination. 10 marks each. Next question is about single entry system. Single entry system. So the easiest question for 12 marks and 8 marks is on what? Departmental trading plan account format account. This question you should never miss. Next question is on pre-incorporation. Yeah, very rare case. May 22 they had asked 20 marks pre-incorporation, post-incorporation question. 20 marks. So very rarely they ask. I don't expect this question again so in the near future, but if they ask also be happy. 20 marks is huge. 20 marks is huge. Next question, 5th question is about company accounts. It is about the bonus and redemption of preference shares. Then I think next question is about branch account, branch stock, branch adjustment account, etc. Any of you go out of the meeting because of the network issue, you message or tell your friend so that we will allow. If you go out, as long as you have started before 11 o'clock. Okay. Thank you. Let us maintain some discipline. Question number 6. Probably in the examination, you should start with question number 6. Because out of 5, you are supposed to answer only 4. So you'll get the confidence, you'll get the comfort. One question, if you don't know, also sometime. First question is about management remuneration, what we discussed in the class. Next question is about, I think, bonus shares. Next question is about true or false. Okay, analytical question. Next question is about cash flow statement. The last question is on investment. This is the format. So this is the format. Now, all of you in your material what you are maintaining, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Categorization of the chapters. This is based on my limited experience. Now, normally whatever I follow, 90% will come. 10% even I am not God. I don't give. Sometimes what I categorize as C, that itself might become a A. For example, pre-incorporation, post-incorporation, never in the history they've asked 20 mark question till date. May 22 they asked. So what can we do? So that kind of small violation, the deviation, you should be able to articulate. Otherwise, out of 90% of the time, whatever we say, the same question will be asked. Start. So 4 arrow marks. First one, A plus topics. Underline accounting standards. In intermediate group 1, accounting standards are limited. So that's why all the accounting standards you can categorize them as a A plus. That I'll be discussing exhaustively, extensively later. Next, some of you can keep the index of the accounts group 1 from the study caps material. I will tell you. Next, you have to put 3 columns: A, B, C, ABC analysis. Account standard A plus. Okay, other touch madangilla. Everybody must exhaustively cover. Then A, B, C. I'll index in the chapter. I will keep telling which comes in A, which comes in B, which comes in C. Quickly, some of you can unmute and tell if they have got a caps material. I say caps material better.
Preparation of financial statements, balance sheet.
So A financial final accounts of companies. A final accounts of company. Next, Akshit.
Accounting standards.
Right. Next.
Profit or loss prior to incorporation.
Actually, when I say A, it is standard, important, almost 10 plus marks in A plus. B and they are normally asked for 5 marks out of 10 marks. Important and easy both. But C and the least important. So pre-incorporation, A. Next.
Bonus issue.
Huh?
Bonus issue.
Bonus issue. Almost yellow A baro chance ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ. A. Hello.
Redemption of preference shares.
A. ಅದು ಜೊತೆಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ bonus issue and redemption of shares.
Redemption of debentures.
B.
Insurance claim for loss stock and loss of profit.
Loss of stock ಅನ್ನ A ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿ, loss of profit ಅನ್ನ C ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿ.
Higher purchase transactions.
Loss of stock A, loss of profit is C.
Higher purchase transactions and installment sale transaction.
A.
Departmental accounts.
A.
Accounting for branches including foreign branches.
A. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ A, ಫಾರಿನ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ C ಅಂತ ಬರೀ. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ A ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಫಾರಿನ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ C.
Single entry system.
A plus. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ B and C ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, B and C ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sit straight. As per ACPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, accounting is the art of RCSI, recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpretation of transactions and events which are his financial character, part thereof, and interpreting the results thereof. So recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpretation of the financial transactions, money or money's worth, is called accounting. Now, there are 2 methods of bookkeeping: single entry system and double entry system. Single entry system is a system of bookkeeping wherein for some transactions no aspect is recorded. For some other transactions, both the aspects are recorded. For most of the transactions, only one aspect is recorded. Double entry system is a system wherein for every debit there is an equal and corresponding credit. For every debit there is an equal and corresponding credit. except one chapter called single entry system. Everything under your syllabus is called double entry system. Methods of accounting are cash system and accrual method. Cash system means recorded transactions as and when the cash is received or paid. Accrual system is a record as and when the transaction takes place. Accrual, also called mercantile system of accounting. Okay. Every company, section 128, must follow double entry system of bookkeeping and accrual method of accounting. Double entry system of bookkeeping and accrual method of accounting. Every other enterprise can follow any method of accounting and any method of bookkeeping. Right. Now, moving on to the financial statements of the company, the first chapter which I want to start. 2 within the bracket 40 talks about financial statements of a company, include balance sheet, profit and loss account. Here they don't say statement of P&L, fully focus ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. P&L account, within the bracket IND account if it is the NPO, then cash flow statement, explanatory notes. Below that they say for OPC, one person company, cash flow statement need not be prepared. Even if you prepare, I do not have a problem, but you need not have to prepare. Schedule 3 of the Companies Act, okay, has divided the requirement under 3 divisions. Schedule 3 talks about the financial statements of the company. Division 1, your syllabus. Division 2 for India's companies, big companies in CFR. Division 3 is for NBFC, just touch and leave it. So Division 1 is for those companies which are not coming under India, chota mota companies. Okay. So for chota mota companies, you are supposed to follow a Division 1, our syllabus, that intermediate syllabus. All the 3 divisions have divided the financial statements into 2 parts. Part 1 is balance sheet. Part 2 is a statement of P&L. Here the word is what? Bianca? Statement of P&L. So balance sheet and statement of P&L. Now, balance sheet format of a company. So in your syllabus starts with the, earlier it used to be T-shape, now there is no T-shape. Now it is a horizontal, vertical format. Start with the equity and liabilities on the top, assets little down. Okay. So how to remember? Sri Rama and Sita necessary for capital. So shareholders funds, share application money pending allotment, non-current liability, current liability. Assets are new life in capital, new non-current and current. In other words, everything in the financial statements are classified into non-current and current, except the first 2 items, shareholders funds and share application money pending allotment. Everything else is non-current, current, non-current liability, current liability, current, non-current asset, current asset. Under shareholders funds, so Rama used monkeys. Sri Rama and Sita necessary for capital. So Rama used monkeys, share capital, reserves and surplus, money received against share warrant, money received against share warrant. Then non-current liability and current liability. Non-current only, long and deferred operation with the help of Lakshman, shortly triumph over Sri Lanka. So non-current and current, deferred tax liability is always non-current. Trade payable, special disclosure, how much is payable to micro and small enterprises, compulsory disclosure, and other. So the trade payable is always current. Everything else can be current or non-current. For example, I taken a Canara Bank loan, 500 lakh, out of which 100 lakh is already paid before 31st March. Other 400 lakh I am supposed to pay in 4 equal annual installments. So out of 500 lakh loan, 100 lakh is already repaid. So 100 lakh will appear under current liabilities, long short-term borrowing. 300 lakh, which is payable after 12 months, will be appearing as what? Long-term borrowings. Now, current and non-current, how do you segregate, sir? So there's a definition for current. Anything other than current is called a non-current. Especially current as a definition, Manohar, is definition of ITC. Inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent. Other than if you expand, the definition of current comes into picture. So items which you are dealing in, trading in, items which are incidental to your manufacturing activity. So the items which you manufacture and sell, then the inventory. Trade receivable, receivables which are going to be received within 12 months after the reporting date. Important. I sell it on 10th March. I sell it on 10th September. I sell it on 10th of December. 10th, irrespective of that, from 31st March, consider 12 months. From 31st March, how many months you will consider? 12 months. So if receivable within 12 months, so they're called trade receivable. Okay. So it is basically short term or current. Next, cash and cash equivalents. So ITC, inventory is always current. Trade receivable in your syllabus is always current. When I go to CA final, under Indians, it can be non-current also. Then cash and cash equivalents, AS3 will discuss in it. They are always going to be called current. Next, what is non-current other than that? Same way, current liability definition. Normally, operating cycle will decide your current or non-current. I am a bakery businessman. My operating cycle may be 2 days. I am a ship construction industry. My operating cycle may be 5 years. Start with the raw material. In your FML, you are already studied in working capital management. Start with the cash. Purchase the raw material, work in progress, finished goods, trade receivable, cash. The cycle through which these current assets pass, they are called current assets. What is the time taken for that is called operating cycle. So anything which is going to be convertible into cash within the operating cycle is called current. What is going to be convertible into cash after the operating cycle is called non-current. Nothing is given less than or equal to 12 months is called current. More than 12 months is called non-current as a thumb rule. Less than or equal to 12 months is called current. More than 12 months is called non-current. So this is about the liability portion. Coming to the assets, new life in capital. So non-current asset, current asset. Under non-current asset are peers, near and dear ones, loved one and all. How the peers? Sopa, Ujake. PPE, property, plant and equipment. Then you have to write intangible asset also on the face of the balance sheet. Then peers near, non-current investments, deferred tax asset, peers near and dear, loved long-term loans and advances, other non-current asset. Current asset ಅಲ್ಲಿ citizen insisted test came out Sita with originality. So current investments, then ITC, inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent, then short-term loans and advances, other. Illi current asset ITC is always current, whereas non-current ಅಲ್ಲಿ PPE, deferred tax asset is always non-current. Everything else can be current and non-current. For example, investment can be current, investment can be non-current. Understanding? Fine. Then comes to P&L. Statement of P&L is given in part 2. It is also in the vertical format. Rote. खाने के लिए क्या चाहिए? What do you require for eating?
Roti.
Lote. So revenue from operation, other income apurva, total, then expenses. Again, expenses allo traditional trading period ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ raw material consumed, first item, consume cost of CPC, cost of raw material consumed, purchase of stock in trade, then changes in other inventory. Raw material inventory change will happen the first line only. Opening stock of raw material plus purchases minus closing stock. Whereas work in progress, finished goods and stock in trade, opening stock minus closing stock. Positive ಆದರೆ positive ಬರಲಿ, negative ಆದರೆ negative ಬರಲಿ. Under expense column, opening stock is more, it is an expense. Under expense column, if the closing stock is more, it is income, right, as a negative. CPC is cost of material consumed, purchase of stock in trade, then what? Change in other inventory. Then EFDO, employee benefit expenses, finance cost, depreciation and amortization, and other expenses. Depreciation and other expenses. So when you're talking about expenses, there are 7 items in the order. Cost of material consumed, then purchase of stock in trade, then other changes in other inventory, then EFDO. What is EFDO? Employee benefit expenses, finance cost, depreciation and amortization, and other expenses. So revenue from operation, other income total. Okay, before I clarify, these are the revision classes. If you have a little bit knowledge only, you'll understand. If you're attending for the first time, you may not understand more than 50%, but that is also good. I'll be showing the material and I'll go through again. Some of you, what is this Sri Rama Sita? We have done it in the class. Sri Rama Sita, we're not going to take you to Ayodhya, but the concept. So, if you have had a vision, then you'll have a revision. If you don't have a vision, where is the revision? Isn't it? Okay. So, revenue, other income total, less all expenses. So, that will give you PBET. Ritwik in the airport will keep removing one by one. So then you keep removing one by one. PBET, remove exceptional item, it will become PBET. Remove extraordinary item, that will become PBT. Remove tax, that's called profit after tax. So this is the profitability from the continuing operation, A. Then leave one line. Capital B is called discontinuing operations. Under that, if there is a profit or loss on sale, income tax, etc. C is total operation. Everything you add. Below that, EPS, earning per share, EPS. It can be basic EPS or diluted EPS. We'll be discussing in accounting standard 20. Don't worry about it. Incidental to this managerial remuneration. SMSR portion thoroughly will discuss. Like profit priority incorporation, also company accounts, but SMSR will be discussing tomorrow. It's expertise. Okay, right. Now, when you talk about financial statements, managerial remuneration is important. Section 197 read with section 198 read with schedule number 5 deals with the managerial remuneration. 197, 198 of the Companies Act 2013 read with what? Schedule number 5. Now, who is the managerial personnel? All the persons who are involved in the management, directors plus managers are called managerial personnel. It does not include secretary. Secretary is not a managerial person. First point. Managerial remuneration means any payment made to the managerial person does not include director's sitting fees for attending the board meeting, which should be minimum 4 in a year. Okay. So sitting fees is given. That is not a part of managerial remuneration. Now, sir, how much we should give to RMR? If there is adequate or sufficient profit, there is definition of net profit also. You have to by heart that. Okay. The remuneration which can be paid to one whole-time director is 5%. 2 or more put together is 10%. One part-time director, if there is no whole-time director, he has to work more. That's a 3%. With one or more part-time director, where there is no whole-time director, it's a 3%. If there is already a whole-time director, remuneration payable to such part-time director will be only 1%. The maximum annual remuneration which you can pay to everyone is 11% of the net profit. Where there is a low, or no profit. If there is inadequate profit, it depends on the effective capital. You have to by heart that effective capital. Multiple times they have asked. Okay. Effective capital definition you have to by heart. Okay. It is basically owner's money plus long-term funds invested within the business. So share capital, then loans, deposits for more than 1 year, minus investments. Investment means you put investment outside the business, minus preliminary expenses. Whereas if it is an investment company, then minus investment nahi karna hai. So depending upon the effective capital, there is a prescribed ceiling which you have to by heart. This is about the managerial remuneration part. Next, incidental to this cash flow statement is also part of this, which I will be discussing. I think we can discuss. Cash flow statement is already done. Yeah, PS3 has already happened. Cash flow statement is accounting standard 3. Any statement, a statement explaining movement of cash and cash equivalents. Cash means cash in hand and demand deposit in the bank. Cash equivalent means 3 crucial words. Anybody? Short-term, highly liquid investments subject to insignificant risk of changes in value. These 3 crucial words, cash flow. So, I have a cash in hand, it is cash. I have kept money with my savings bank or current account, that is also cash. Cash includes cash in hand and demand deposit in the bank. Whereas cash equivalent is almost like a cash. With a short-term government securities, assuming 2 to 3 months government security investment I have made, that is called a cash equivalent, almost like a cash. That's also considered a cash. So cash flow statement classifies the cash into 3 RMRs. Operating cash flow, investing cash flow, financing. Anything related to the P&L, is called operating cash flow. So subject to investing and financing cash flows removed. Investing activities, anything related to the asset side normally. Financing activities, anything related to the liability side normally. The definition is operating cash flow means cash flow from the principal revenue generating activity, and other than investing and financing. So the main cash, cash flow arising from the main activity what I do. Okay. So principal, I am a dealer in textile. For a textile business plan, what is the main activity? Textile business. From that, whatever the profit comes, that is called principal revenue generating activity. and other than investing and financing activity. Okay. So for understanding operating, we should know what is investing. Investing activity means cash flow arising from acquisition and disposal of long-term assets. That long-term assets including fixed assets and investments other than cash equivalent. So investments can be two areas: long-term, current.
Current.
Say I call it long-term and short-term. Otherwise, it should be as per yesterday, long-term and current. Now, short-term, so current or short. Short-term can be two areas: cash equivalent, others. So investing activity covers all the long-term investments and cash equivalent chodke, whatever you call it, short-term investment you have, other than the cash equivalent, there is also part of your investing activities. In activities are
Investing.
financing activities, any change in the size and composition of owner's equity and borrowings of the enterprise. So, equity share capital, security premium, borrowings and any change arbitrary, that is leading to financing activities. So, sale of goods, ಯಾವ activity?
Operating activity.
Payment for purchase, ಏನು activity?
Marketing.
Yeah. Next, interest paid, ಏನು activity?
Finance.
Dividend paid, ಏನು activity? Dividend is paid on share capital. Share capital is the financing activity.
Finance.
So fine. Then there are two ways of presenting operating cash flows. Two methods of cash flow statement are operating cash flow matra pradyumna. So direct method para 18A, Fivatsa, indirect method para 18B. Only for operating. Receipt payment, receipt payment is right. It's called direct method. Start with the P&L. Then do adjustment for non-operating and non-cash items. That is called the indirect method. For example, profit and loss equal to depreciation rather than add back money because it's a non-cash item. Okay. Loss on sale of machinery add back money. This should come under otherwise investing activity. So do that adjustment. That is what is called investing. Sorry, presentation under what?
Indirect.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಫೈನ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನೌ ಯು ಸಿ. ಓಕೆ, 500 pages ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು 2 rupees ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? Right. Ready? All of you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Success mantra, May 23 exams, group 1, shall we record? So the definition, highlight madi. Types of account, glance madi. Personal account, real account, nominal account. This balance sheet is still very, very important. Anybody can explain this balance sheet? We have done it multiple times. Start with personal, real, nominal. Yeah, someone can explain quickly. Foundation ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಾವು 50 ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. All nominal accounts will compulsorily come in P&L account called nominal account. All real account will compulsorily appear on asset side. Personal account will appear mainly on the liability side. Some personal account will appear on the asset side. First principle. Second principle, all debit balances must appear either on the asset side or on the expenditure side. All trade balances must appear on the liability side or income side. Third principle, all capital transactions must appear in the balance sheet. All revenue transactions will appear in the P&L. Fourth principle, any expense outstanding is a liability, income outstanding is an asset. Artha? Right. So account standards, we are skipping. Don't read now because we are not done it in the regular class. Adalmele somewhere February March. Company accounts. These sections are extremely crucial in income tax or accounts as well as law. Extremely important. Quickly, sections on a glance point. definition is 220, 52 is premium, 52 subsection 2 make important mark. How we can use the security premium? 53 prohibits issue at discount. 54 exception to 53 where ESOP can be issued at discount. 55 is redemption of preference shares. Then 62 is right share. 63 is bonus issue. 63 2:1 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. 68 is buyback. 71 is the redemption of debentures. 96 ಅದನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. 96 is the AGM. 123 is the financial statement to consider depreciation. 128 says every company must follow double entry system and what? Accrual method of accounting. 129 subsection 1 says every company should give a financial statement, give a true and fair view. True and fair view. This consult financial statement neutral ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 133 account stats. 197 is managerial remuneration. 198 is net profit for the worker, managerial remuneration. Ready? Yeah. So five purposes for which security PM can be used. Security PM is not a free reserve. It can be used only for the following items: preliminary expenses, premium or redemption of preference share or dividend premium, then writing of expenses on issue, etc., issuing bonus shares if it is collected in cash, buyback of securities. Extremely important note. Read.
Note, it may be noted that certain class of companies whose financial statements comply with accounting standards as prescribed under Section 133 of the Companies Act 2013 can't apply the securities premium account for the purposes B and D mentioned above, mainly listed companies.
So listed companies cannot use the security premium for redemption of preference shares as well as issue of bonus shares. Okay. So in the examination, if there is a bonus issue and security premium has to be used, you have to give a note. Either I presume it is a listed company, that's why not used. Better presentation. Or I presume it to be unlisted company, that's why I use it for B and D. Make important mark. Next, 53 prohibits issued discount. Maximum rates of interest. Sorry, 53 prohibits discount, issued discount, but employees it can be issued at a discount. Section 54. Point number 3.
Maximum rates of interest are for calls in arrears 10% per annum, for calls in advance 12% per annum.
You need to remember, shareholders are poor fellows. If they are done a mistake in the calls in arrears, that's why you can charge 10% per annum. Company is rich normally. That's why company has to pay more interest, 12% per annum, if the shareholders have paid more. Yeah. Security premium is normally at allotment stage, where a discount is always at a
Allotment.
Always
normally at what?
Allotment.
Discount is always at a
allotment stage. Treatment of security premium on forfeiture. If securities premium account is already collected, then the same should not be reversed. However, if it is not collected, then compulsorily security premium has to be cancelled, debited. D. Treatment of discount on issue of shares originally given upon forfeiture. Discount amount has to be compulsorily cancelled on forfeiture and same should be reinstated upon reissue.
Next.
The balance share forfeited account related to reissued shares has to be transferred to capital reserve account as under. Share forfeited account debit to capital reserve account.
So once shares are forfeited, then money is no more required. It has to be transferred to capital reserve account. Issue forfeiture is not a direct part of your intermediate syllabus, but you would have seen in redemption of debenture chapter, they have asked almost everything. Issue of shares also entry required, redemption of preference shares, everything is required. That's why learn even at intermediate extremely crucial. Fine.
No company in India can issue preference shares which are redeemable after 20 years. 30 years in case of infrastructure company. For property, plant and equipment, assets satisfying the following conditions as per AS 10.
Okay, point number 9. I'm skipping this because AS 10 we are not done yet. Next.
All depreciable assets are property, plant and equipment, whereas all property, plant and equipment need not be depreciable assets. Example, land and livestock. Depreciable asset has limited
useful life. Yeah. So these are general definitions. Just go through it. Very important. For the point number 12.
disclosure under share capital. Shares issued for consideration other than cash to be disclosed separately. 5 years.
Compulsory.
Example.
Very, very important. Whenever the shares are issued for consideration other than cash, disclose separately for 5 years. Next.
Example, bonus share or amalgamation. Calls in arrears classified and shown as under from directors, then from others.
So you need to show this cost in areas from the directors and others separately. Next.
Remuneration to the auditors to be classified and shown as under towards audit as an advisor in respect of taxation matters, company law matters, management services, and in any other matter.
So you need to disclose categorization of the services which you evade from the auditor, how much you paid for audit, how much you paid for taxation matters, everything has to be disclosed separately. Next.
Managerial remuneration, Schedule 5, does not include director sitting fees. Adequate profit 11%, 10%, 5%, and 1% or 3%.
1%
Inadequate.
for 3% for PTD. I hope you are able to recall. Yeah.
Inadequate profit, fixed remuneration based on effective capital, 60 lakh per annum to 120 lakh per annum plus.
Depending upon the adequate effective capital. Next, effective capital definition is also important. So you can make a note of effective capital definition. Next.
Managerial personnel include managing director, whole-time director, and manager. Does not include secretary.
Does not include security. Then interest accrued and due interest accrued, but not due. I'm sure all of you know that. Company issued debentures on 1st July. Interest payable half yearly, anaga 31st December and 30th June. So assuming no interest was paid during the DIPA, interest from 1st July to 31st December, if it is not yet paid, it is interest accrued as well as fallen due for payment. Whereas January to March RP, it is accrued, but it falls due for payment in the next year. It is interest accrued but not due. Accrued but not due. So both should be shown separately under current liabilities, under that other current liabilities. Other current liabilities, under current liabilities, interest accrued and due, and interest accrued but not due should be shown. The example is a regular class of marketing plans. So entries for issue generally okay for public or private issue, all same equity share, preference share, debentures, all same. So debentures are mainly issued by the companies. Bonds are issued by the government undertaking. Ultimate entry should be what? Bank account should be debited. Discount on issue should be debited if there is issue at discount. Debentures can always be issued at discount. Shares ke math restriction is to concerned security. Shares is both share capital, preference share capital, debenture to security premium. Whereas when you collect in installments, we have got first application stage and receipt entry, then transfer entry. Subsequent stage, first due entry pass, then receipt entry. Forfeiture entry.
Forfeiture entry, share capital account debit with the amount called up, security premium.
The amount called up.
Security premium account debit if amount not collected. Discount on issue of shares must to calls in arrears account to forfeited shares account.
To calls in arrears with the amount of arrears. Forfeited shares account with the amount already received. Yeah. Next.
Reissue entry, bank account debit, discount on issue of shares.
Bank account debit with the amount which is already received. Okay. Next, amount collected. Next.
Discount on issue of shares account debit, original discount, if any, shares forfeited account, balancing figure, debit, balance discount, to share capital account, to security premium account, if any. Transfer entry only relating to reissued shares, forfeited shares account debit to capital reserve.
Forfeited shares account debit to capital reserve, which I'm sure all of you know quickly on problem because the concept is important. A Limited issued 10 lakh. A Limited issued A limited issue rupees 100 lakh. Change my question. A limited issue rupees 100 lakh, comma 10 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. Lakh shares of rupees 10 each. At 3 plus 4 plus 2. This is a bracket to its employees. I hope you are able to observe sharply. 3 plus 4 plus 2. This is a bracket to its employees. Mr. LBM before that, take off. Okay, Mr. LBM, holder of 1 lakh shares, defaulted allotment stage, dash shares forfeited immediately. Next, Mr. Gubal, holder of 2 lakh shares, defaulted at allotment and call stage. Dash forfeited. I am giving short and fast notes. Forfeited.
Sir, defaulted at
Allotment and call stage. Shares forfeited. Next, 60,000 of these shares issue at 7 per share. Very middle of the page, issue price 9. All of you know alva. Prati issue nalli ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಗುರು? Issue price 9 observe ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Issue price 9, 3 RMRs, 3, 4, 2. A 4 rupees ಕೆಳಗೆ you should have observed. I am not told. I am sure all of you know this. 4 rupees ಕೆಳಗೆ within the bracket.
Bracket 1.
Very good, excellent. ಇದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು 5. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. Mathematically also it should match perfectly. Fatima. So 3, 5, 2 connection kore. 3, 5 and 2 connection kore. That is the face value 10. Face value 10. Madala.
Yes.
Take a green ink. Look, 4 rupees ke star hack. Okay. Next, take black ink. 4 rupees pakka hashtag. 2 rupees pakka no hashtag. Okay. Below that, right? Star, a greening star, LBM 1 lakh. Next, black ink hashtag, gottaಗ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? Gubal 2 lakh. Since it's a revision class, I am not going very slow. Concept is that matter problem ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. If you think it is very fast, you let me know. Is it comfortable now, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Comfortable? Okay. Right. So, ಬರ್ಕೊಡೋಕೆ entries. Roman number 1. Application stage. ಅದು issue discount ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. I hope you observed. Public you cannot issue a discount. If it is a public ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ I would have made pro rata also. Employees ಗೆ pro rata not relevant. You are issued to the employees at ESOP ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. So what entry? Quick.
Bank account debit.
Share application.
ಯಾರು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ DP ನಾ? ಯಾರದು ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಯಾರೋ? ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಅದು ಇಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತೀರಾ?
10 lakh share.
30 lakh.
30 lakh.
100 lakh.
Sir, rupees 100 lakh, 10 lakh shares.
Excellent. So all of you go to rupees 100 lakh first. Rupees 100 lakh correct agi. Rupees 100 lakh. So it is 10 lakh shares. So be careful the rupee and number. That's why I changed the question. First I said 10 lakh. Then I said rupees 100 lakh. And the number of shares are 10 lakh. Okay. So now all of you write 10 lakh into 3. Gottagta idea? 10 lakh shares into rupees 3. So many learning. It is not about each of shares goskara ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. To observe the questions goskara ಈ question dictate ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And concept of accounts. 10 lakh into 3, 30 lakh. Underline. Row number 2. Allotment stage. First entry A1. What you wrote? Bank account application. Allotment stage only A2. Transfer entry. Transfer to share capital takes place at the allotment stage after verifying minimum subscription if any. What entry? Quick.
Application
Application
Share application account to share capital 30 lakh. Next. There is A1, A2. हो गया. So slightly pencilly share application cancel. First entry share application credit ಆಗಿದೆ. Next entry share application debit ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯಶಸ್ವಿ. Next. B1.
Due entry.
Entry.
Share allotment account debit to share capital.
Share allotment account. You are the masters now in company account. Very good. Share allotment account debit to share. Mistake is there.
discount.
Share allotment debit 10 lakh into 4, 40 lakh. Share allotment account debit 10 lakh into 4, 40 lakh. Renting kalli discount on issue of shares account debit 10 lakh into 1. बराबर है? DP. Calculate आइया. इनको बढ़का. 10 lakh into 1, 10 lakh. 2.
Share capital.
10 lakh into rupees 5, 15 lakh.
10 lakh into 5 lakh. Share allotment account debit 10 lakh into 4, 40 lakh. Renting discount on issue of shares account debit 10 lakh into 1, 10 lakh. To share capital 10 lakh into 5, 50 lakh. Anybody want me to explain or you understood?
Understood.
You will go to share capital 1 lakh, 1 rupee will go to discount. Next, B2. Bank account debit. Within the bracket 10 lakh minus 1 lakh LBM. Track it. 10 lakh minus 1 lakh is 9 lakh into 4. What about Gopal?
Into
That's why I'm asking. Gopal also has not paid allotment money. 10 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 2 lakh. LBM has not paid allotment money. Gopal has not paid allotment and call. 10 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 2 lakh is equal to 7 lakh into 4. 28 lakhs. Opening call scenarios is not compulsory, but I strongly recommend you to do it. Next account. Call scenarios account doing. Call scenarios account debit. Which got up area Considerers within the bracket 1 plus 2. LPM with 1 lakh is 2 lakh yardo 2 bar. 1 lakh plus 2 lakh, 3 lakh. Close the bracket into 4. 12 lakh. 12 lakh. 2, Chetali, 2 share allotment account.
Share allotment
Which to Anjana?
40 lakh. 10 lakh into rupees 440.
Give the color. 10 lakh into 4, 40 lakh. Understood?
Yes, sir.
B1, B2. Below that only renting kali. X1 forfeiture. The deviation was a normal. I hope you are enjoying my notation, color combination. Non-captured, if you are not able to understand, you can ask me. Captured and sure you are in the flow. X1 forfeiture. Forfeiture. What is the entry for forfeiture? With figure it quick.
Share capital account debit.
Share capital account debit.
1 lakh plus 2 lakh, 3 lakh into
Diba. Share capital account debit.
1 lakh you have to add with the
Well, I cannot add. You should add. I have already added. Ritu,
1 lakh into 3 plus 5, which is 8.
very good. He is right. So, I'll put share capital debit, which is the bracket with the amount called up, paid up. Allah. If it is already paid up and if you forfeit, Mukamuti or that Allah. So, share capital account debit with the amount called up, which is the bracket, LBM 1 lakh into start the bracket 3 plus 5. 3 rupees application, 5 rupees allotment. All of you are understanding? Yeah, 1 lakh into 8, 8 lakh. 2, renting compulsory you have to cancel discount. 2, discount on issue of shares. 1 lakh into 1. 1 lakh. Which is the bracket compulsory cancel. Bharat. 2, false in areas. This is the blue in color. Not ready. Not ready. 1 LBM 1 lakh into 4. Total what? LBM into only 1 lakh shares. On the market transfer 1 lakh into 4, 4 lakh. You forfeited shares.
1 lakh into 2.
Share forfeit account. 1 lakh into
3.
3.
forfeit shares and amount already received. 1 lakh into 3. 3 lakh. Repeat the entry with figures. Repeat.
Share capital account debit 1 lakh into Mr. LVM 1 lakh into, open the bracket, 3 plus 5, 8 lakh. 2 in
amount called up. Next.
called up. In reading, 2 discount on issue of shares 1 lakh into rupees 1, compulsorily cancel 1 lakh. In blue ink, 2 calls in arrears 1 lakh into 4 rupees 4 lakh. 2 forfeited shares account 1 lakh into 3 3 lakh.
The only amount collected is 3 rupees application money. Any confusion in this entry? Very good. You have become the masters of something like that. Happy for you. D1 line, Roman number 3, call stage. Call stage. Under the small a, sorry, C1. New entry. All of you write the entry with the figures and let me know. All of you. All includes Aarti madam also.
Writing, sir.
जल्दी लिखना. Deekshita, Sahana, Suhana, ಭೂಮಿಕಾ, ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂಕಾ, ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲ್ ಬಿ. more share ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲ್ ಬಿ ನೋಡಿ. Good, wait, very good, wait, very good. You are answering well. Let others do the mistake and then you correct them. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ದೀಪಿಕಾ ಹೇಳೆ.
Sir, LBM ಬಂದು ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಟ್
LBM ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ,
allotment
ನೀನು ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಳು. ನೀನು ನಿನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಳ. LBM ಬಂದು ನಾನು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳು, ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಳು.
First and final call account debit to share capital account.
Share first and final call account debit. ಎಷ್ಟು?
10 ನಾದೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸ್ 10 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 2 lakh 7 lakh into rupees 2 14.
ಜೋರ. Next. ಹೇಳೋ, ಹೇಳೋ.
Sir, share first and final call account debit 10 lakh minus LBM 1 lakh, which is forfeited, into rupees to 18 lakh to share capital account.
Because ಅಕ್ಕ, ದೀಪಿಕಾ, ಇವಾಗ ಗೂಬಾಲ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಾವು ಫೈನಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ. ಯಾರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೋದರ ಮಗ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಅವನು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಶೇರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಾರಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ within the bracket, right, have the habit of being elaborative. 10 lakh minus LBM 1 lakh. In my LBM 1 lakh shares of LBM is cancelled. 10 lakh minus LBM 1 lakh is equal to 9 lakh shares into rupees 2. So 9 lakh into 2, 18 lakh. To share capital 18 lakh. Just to get the flow of the company account, I declared this problem. Remove the concept problem. Right, next. C2, receipt entry. Bank account debit 9 lakh minus Goobal 2 lakh. It was a 9 lakh share. Minus Goobal 2 lakh is equal to 7 lakh into 2. Point my gap, Padima?
Yes, sir.
9 lakh minus Goobal 2 lakh. ರವೀಶ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತೇನೋ? 10 lakh ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ. 9 lakh into 2 9 lakh minus Goobal 2 lakh is equal to 7 lakh into 2, 14 lakh. One more debit. Calls in arrears.
2 lakh into
4 lakh.
Calls in arrears. Goobal 2 lakh shares into 2, 4 lakh. Two.
share
First and final call.
Oh.
18.
18.
18 lakh. All of you are able to catch?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Next. Give one line. Here's 2. For future. Share capital account debit. We got it. LBM 2 lakh into
10.
5 plus
Goobal 2 lakh into 10.
LBM 2 lakh into 10 because you have called everything now. 3 plus 5 plus ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅರ್ಷಿತಾ ಏನಾಯ್ತು?
Goobal.
ಸರ್ ಗೋಬರ್ಣ ಸರ್.
ಅದೇ ಗೂಬಾಲ್ LBM ಪರ ನೀನೇನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ ಬರ್ಕೋ. ಸೊ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಗೂಬಾಲ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಅದು ಬರೆ. Goobal 2 lakh into 10, 20 lakh. To calls in arrears.
The discount.
Oh, sorry. To discount the issue of shares. Very good. Trading comes. Compulsory capital model. To discount the issue of shares. It's
2 lakh into 1.
Into 1.
2 lakhs.
2 lakh into 1, 2 lakh. 2
Calls in arrears.
2 lakh.
calls in arrears.
2 lakh into 2.
2 lakh into 2.
2 lakh into 4 plus 2.
Anjana and Fatima. 2 lakh into 4 plus 2. Allotment to Anjana, very good. 2 lakh into, because you are not paid, Anjana, allotment money also, first call out. 2 lakh into 4 plus 2. So, it's 12 lakh.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Spurti, 2 forfeited shares account. 2 lakh into
3.
Jora padkole Ashita. Jora padkole.
Yes, sir. 2 lakh into rupees 3.
2 lakh into 3, yeah. 6 lakh. Repeat the entire entry with figures, Spurti.
Yes, sir. Share capital account 2 lakh in Gubals 2 lakh into 10 rupees 10 20 lakh to discount on issues of shares 2 lakh into rupees 1 2 lakh to calls in arrears 2 lakh into within a bracket 4 plus 2 12 lakh to for future shares 2 lakh into 3 6 lakh.
Forfeited share. Again, Bhubal has defaulted at allotment as well as call stage. ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಇದೆ ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ವೆರೆವರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ? ದೆನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಗಿವನ್ ಯು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಓಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಓಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ has already been debited with these 2 places. You have minus only of LBM market. Now you have to remove the balance sheet figure. All of you understanding? ಅಂಜನಾ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್?
Issue of 60,000.
Meaning Y1 reissue. Bank account debit 60,000 into
7.
420. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂತಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಗೂಬಾಳ LBM 420 ಅರ್ಥ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಹೇಳಲ್ವಾ? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
Yes, sir.
you will be feeling at home comfortably. All of you continue. So bank account debit 50,000 into 7. कांतारा मूवी देखने के लिए गई थी क्या आरती?
No, sir.
मैं मूवी का ड्रेस है इसलिए पूछा. बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट 50,000 into 7 420. Heading कली discount on issue of shares. Compulsory reinstate. Rahul Jain. Whatever discount you have given, ಅದನ್ನು restate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 60,000 into 1 60,000. Then forfeited shares account. First ಬರೆದಿದ್ದು ನಾವು ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್. ಈಗ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್. forfeited shares account debit 60,000 into 2 1,20,000. 10 rupees share na 7 ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆದಾಗ 3 rupees ಇದೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್. ಆ 3 rupees ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ 2 rupees forfeited shares account ರತನ್ ಕಾಮತ್ and ರಿಯಾನ್ ಸೌದಾರ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? 2 share capital 60,000 into 10 6 lakh.
6 lakh.
Read the entry. Deepika.
Bank account debit 60,000 into P7 4,20,000. Discount on issue account debit 60,000 into rupees 1 60,000. Forfeited shares account debit 60,000 into rupees 2 1,20,000. To share capital account 60,000 into rupees 10 6 lakh.
All got it? Next, last, Z1. Entry ಹೇಳಿ first.
Transfer to capital.
Capital reserve.
Forfeited shares account debit to capital reserve.
Capital.
ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಹನುಮಂತ ಜಯಂತಿ ಏನೋ ವೈಕುಂಠ ಏಕಾದಶಿ. ಹನುಮಂತ ಜಯಂತಿನ ಅವನು ಹನುಮಂತ ತರ ಮುಖ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ಯಾರು ಸರ್?
ಯಾರು ಕುಂಬಳಕಾಯಿ ಕಳ್ಳ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಅವರೇ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸರಿ. ಸೊ ಏನದು forfeited shares account debit to capital account. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ note. Right? Average principal. ನಾನು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್. Average principal. Profit. Total shares forfeited ಎಷ್ಟು?
3 lakh.
3 lakh.
Right. Total balancing forfeit shares account ಎಷ್ಟು? ನೋಡಿ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ ರೈಟ್.
6 plus 3 9 lakh.
and
9 lakh.
Correct it. Total profit on forfeiture. ಅದು ಬರೀ total balance ಅಲ್ಲ. I'm sorry. Total profit on forfeiture. ಅಲ್ಲಿ X1 ಮತ್ತು X2 in the bracket. Refer X1 and X2 end. X1 में क्रेडिट कितना है?
3 lakh.
3 लाख. 3 लाख प्लस X2 में कितना है फातिमा?
6 lakh.
हैं?
6 lakh.
6 lakh. Totally 9 lakh.
6 lakh.
Right. 9 lakh. Under that, right? Therefore, average profit per share.
3.
9 lakh by 3 lakh is equal to rupees 3. Who are marks? Left side, reissue. Reissue. Underline. Proportionate profit. Just
60,000 into 3, 1,80,000.
2003, 1 lakh.
60,000 into 3 minus 2 ratio.
60,000 to 3, 1 lakh less reissue discount. 60,000 into 1, you are right, don't worry. 60,000 into 1, 60,000. Third alva? Catch up there, yeah. So we have issued at a reissued at a discount of
The 60,000 into 2 plus
60,000.
ratio discount.
So I repeat, proportional profit 60,000 into 3, 1,80,000. Let's reissue discount. Forfeit shares account debit again 60,000 into 2, 1,20,000. Difference कितना है?
60,000.
60,000.
Transfer to capital reserve. Transfer to capital reserve. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Profit proportionality 3 rupees per ton. Sometimes they may give Harshvardhan 60,000 were issued out of LBM share. That means LBM into ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಅಥವಾ Gubal share. Here nothing is given. We presume average. So average profit Harshita came to 3 rupees per share. 60,000 to 3 is 1,80,000. Reissue discount is 2 rupees. 1 rupee original discount, the discount ಗೆ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Forfeit shares ಗೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So 60,000 into 2 minus ಮಾಡುವಾಗ you get 60,000 transfer to capital. Right side. Balance shares not yet reissued. Balance shares not yet reissued. 2,40,000. Correct. Therefore, proportionate profit 2,40,000 into
3.
20,000. 2,40,000 into 3, 7,20,000. Underline to be continued in forfeited shares account. To be continued in forfeited shares account and shown under paid up capital. Conceptually,
Sir, 60,000 balance it.
Total share forfeited 3 lakh.
3 lakh debit ಆಗಿತ್ತು 60,000 into 2, 1,20,000. 1,80,000 was a proportionate profit. So
It is transferred.
1,80,000 minus 1,20,000, 60,000 transfer to capital. That's it. But yeah, right side. 2,40,000 into 3 is to 7,20,000. ಅಥವಾ or ಉಳಿದ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 9 lakh minus 1,80,000. Same ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. What is your confusion? I didn't get it.
that's the
Thank you. ಹೊಡ್ಕೊ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಜ್ವರ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ರಂಜನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಾಕಪ್ಪ ಹಂಗೆ ಚಕ್ಕರ್ ಬರ್ತಾವ ಹಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ below that right. So out of 3 lakh shares, 60,000 are reissued. That means how much is not yet reissued? 2,40,000. So 60. So totally 3 rupees average share. 60,000 into 3 left and birthday, 2,40,000 into 3 right and birthday. Left only 1 lakh again you have to minus something you reissue at a discount. Artha aayta elrigu?
Yes.
Next. So balance sheet. Mistake aitane? Balance sheet. All of it. Short and fast. Very. Equity and liabilities rupees. Schedule 3 part 1. First, shareholders funds. Shareholders funds. Under the share capital note 1. Reserves and surplus note 2. Give 2 lines. Assets. Assets only. Underline non-current asset. Non-current asset. Give 2 lines. Current assets. Current assets only cash and cash equivalent. We are writing only the relevant items. Are you able to recall the format?
Yes, sir.
Cash and cash equivalent. Give 2 lines. Notes to accounts. Company final account for again starting only. What should you write?
Authorized. Assumption that the company is in manufacturing.
Very. What is the name of the company?
Limited.
Apura Limited. In the very Apura Limited was incorporated on ...
Wide
CIN ... Full stop. Company is into very good. Excellent. More is never less in CA course.
Company is into manufacturing of
into ... manufacturing or trading or whatever.
Company follows double entry system of account, system of bookkeeping with accrual based account.
Work. Company follows accrual method under going concern assumption. Double entry they must in a every company must follow double entry. In going concern with the double entry confuse company follows accrual method with what? Going concern assumption. Obviously accrual also they should follow, but for some reason they not follow. Okay, double entry ಬಗ್ಗೆ discussion. Next, note 1. ಇದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರೀರಿ, 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ. ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? Note 1. Share capital. Under that authorized, issued, subscribed, called up. ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಇದು ಬರಬೇಕಂತ, ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಬರಬೇಕಂತ. ಎಸ್, ಪೂರ್ತಿ. Authorized, issued, subscribed. Next, underline ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. Called up. Within the bracket, 10 lakh minus 3 lakh. Close the bracket into rupees 10. Correct? 3 lakh shares equity cancel ಆಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರದ್ಯುಮ್ನ ಅವರೇ, ಏನು ಗುರಾಯಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? 10 lakh minus 3 lakh is equal to 7 lakh. ಅದೇ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದು ಕೇಳ್ದಲ್ಲ. is equal to 7 lakh into 10 lakh minus 3 lakh is equal to 7 lakh plus reissue 60,000. ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. Original 10 lakh shares minus 3 lakh forfeited is equal to 7 lakh plus reissue 60,000. This is how smart approach. 7 lakh 60,000 into 10.
7 lakh.
What else? Anything else?
Share forfeited shares.
Very good. It's okay. Forfeited shares are shares, both are same. You hesitate ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ನಾನು ಚಿನ್ಮಯನ ಆವಾದ add forfeited shares account ಎಷ್ಟು
2,40,000.
7,20,000 ಇಲ್ವಾ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರೋದು 7,20,000 ಟೋಟಲ್
83,20,000.
8,20,000 reserve surplus you may not have premium ಇದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು note 2 reserve surplus dot next note 3 discount on issue of shares presumed to be amortized over 5 years. The first year write up ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Here I have taken it as what? Write amortized over 5 years. Next, total discount. In the bracket 10 lakh minus 3 lakh is equal to 7 lakh plus 60,000 into rupee 1. I hope you are smartly catching. Total 10 lakh shares full issue on correct discount ಆಗಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು 3 lakh ನಾವು forfeiture ಮಾಡಿ discount also we cancelled and reinstate ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಹರ್ಷವರ್ಧನ್ 60,000 rupees ಗೆ again reinstate ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ 10 minus 3 equal to 7 plus 60,000 ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ
7,60,000.
Rupee 1 7,60,000 2 arrow marks shown under other current asset under current asset. Just
7,60,000 divided by 5.
7,60,000 into 1 by 5.
1,52,000.
1,52,000. 7 lakh by 5 is 140. 60,000 by is 12,000. 140 plus 12, 1,52,000. Right side. Shown under other non-current asset, under NCA. What is to be written off within 1 year? Current. To be written off after 1 year, you understood the concept of the problem. So, it's 1,52,000 into 4. But 7,00,000 divided by 5 into 4. 6 lakh. Understood all of you?
Yes.
That is note 3. Next, note 4. Cash and cash equivalent. Say bank.
The reserves and surplus capital reserve should be there.
Yeah, okay, we'll write that. Right. So, cash and cash equivalent bank, you are right. Bank only, you can either prepare bank report ಅಥವಾ within the bracket ಬರೀ 7 lakh into 9. Can I say 7 lakh shares we never had any problem?
Yes, sir.
Right. Be smart. Plus 3 lakh into 3. Both of them are paid only application money. Allotment ಕೊಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ 1 lakh plus 2 lakh. They are paid only application money 3. Plus 60,000 into 7 we issue. Am I right? First so smart. 7 lakh into ಎಷ್ಟು ರವೀಶ್ ಅವರೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಯಾರು ಬಂದ್ರ ಎಂಟಿ ಬಂದೇನೋ ಅಲ್ಲ ಓಡೋದು ಗರ್ಲ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬಂದ ಬರಿಯೋ ಸೊ 7 lakh
Into 9.
9 plus what? Diba
3 lakh.
3 lakh into
3 application money. Next, our 1 lakh ಮತ್ತು 2 lakh ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದವರು. Plus what?
60,000.
60,000 into 7, 4,20,000.
Total ಎಷ್ಟು?
76,20,000.
26,20,000. Okay, now all of you go to note number 2. Capital reserve. 60,000.
Yes.
Darshan.
Sir,
60,000. So all of you go to the balance sheet. Share capital is note 1.
83 lakh 20,000.
20,000.
Reserves and surplus.
60,000.
Next, assets suddenly non-current asset ಅಲ್ಲಿ other non-current asset ಬರಬೇಕು. Other non-current asset under that discount on issue note 3 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಎಷ್ಟು?
6,08,000.
6,08,000. Come to current asset. Under that cash and cash equivalent note 4.
76 lakh 20,000.
Next, other current assets. Dash
1,52,000.
ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಮೊದಲ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಯು ಮಿಸ್ ದ ಫಿಗರ್ಸ್. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಮ್ಮ ದೀಪಿಕಾ?
83,80,000.
ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಡನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್. ಸೊ ಇದೊಂಥರ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ರೀ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ದೆನ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕವರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಡೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Now let us get back to now debentures issued with the terms of redemption. So they are just like issue of shares. However, if it is going to be redeemed at a premium, normal issue entry ಮಾಡಿ you have to insert through loss on issue of debentures to premium payable on redemption of debentures. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ತುಳಿಸಿ ಸಾಕು. ಸೊ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಡಿವೆಂಚರ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸೇಮ್. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಡಿವೆಂಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಡಿವೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದ ರಿಡೀಮಬಲ್ ಅಟ್ ಪಾರ್ ನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ. ರಿಡೀಮಬಲ್ ಅಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ರೇರ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ರಿಡೀಮಬಲ್ ಅಟ್ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಇದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಡಿವೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಪೇಬಲ್ ಆನ್ ರಿಡೆಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿವೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ first pass issue entry, then for redemption loss on issue to premium payable. Security premium is a profit. Discount on loss is a loss. It is a loss to be charged to P&L account or amortized. Debenture and premium payable on redemption. Not premium payable redemption is a liability. They are not a reserves. Be careful. At the time of redemption, debentures redeem agಬೇಕು. Then the premium payable on redemption debit ಆಗಬೇಕು. Payable on redemption to debenture holder account bank account. Financial statement 2 within bracket 40. That's what I mentioned here. So balance sheet P&L cash flow ಇದು ಸೋಸಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಇಂಡಿಯಾಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಟಿ. In explanatory notes ಆಗಬೇಕು. 129 subsection 1 says every company to give a true and fair view. ನಿಮ್ಮ article true and fair view ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. So it is derived from this section. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. As on a particular day, part 1 and part of schedule 3. Accounting standards 133 central government. Schedule 3 is mandatory for all the companies. Banking and insurance company givodilla because they are different format. Part 1 is balance sheet, part 2 is statement of payment. My new friends yara kelskota idre how to remember easily anadakke intermediate syllabus alli equity and liabilities on the top, assets down. How to remember? There is a simple format. Sri Rama and Sita necessary for capital. So Rama used monkeys, long and deferred operation with Dalgash. Lakshman shortly triumph over Sri Lanka. Now, in the regular class I have done it. We have regular class in the copy model. Deferred tax liability is always not current. Trade payable is always current. Everything else can be current and non-current. Okay, because this is the format: long-term borrowing, short-term borrowings. Then other long-term liabilities, other current liabilities. Long-term provisions, short-term provisions. Trade payable extremely important. Micro and small separate ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು. Others separate ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು. Micro, small, midi ಇಲ್ಲ. Midi ನೀವು minor and tiny. ಇದು micro and small ಮಾತ್ರ. MS, MED ಅಲ್ಲ. Only micro and small. Coming to non-current assets. Peers, near and dear ones, loved one and all. Citizen insisted test came out Sita with originality. So, illi PPE tangible, intangible, capital work in progress ಅಂದ್ರೆ building under construction, machinery under construction, road under construction. Intangible assets under development, patents under development. So they are always non-current. Deferred tax assets also non-current. Everything else can be current. ITC, inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent, always current. Everything else can be current and non-current. Right. Statement of P&L, note ROTE. First three are inventory related, CPC, then EFDO read that. So PBET birthday, keep on removing one by one item. Discontinuing operation, total, but EPS endal ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು ಚಿನ್ಮಯ EPS ಅನ್ನು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ explanation ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಸೀತಾ necessary for capital ಮಾಡಿ. Extremely important. ಓದೋಣ. ಫಾತಿಮಾ ಪಡ.
Yes, sir. Audio, sir. Balance sheet points only vertical format. Shareholder holding greater than 5% disclosed.
So if there are 100 shareholders, in that 4 shareholders are holding more than 5%, you have to give a detail of those 4 shareholders. Next.
Disclose only 5 years. 3 arrow marks. Consideration other than cash.
Compulsory to disclose for next 5 years. Sir. The shares issued for consideration other than cash, like amalgamation agate. So you issue the share for acquiring the assets. Atava bonus shares section 63. Then shares bought back section 68, 9, 70. Okay, 68 is. So today debit balance in the P&L account must be shown on the reserves and separate negative. This is the backend. Share application money pending allotment to be shown separately. Very important again.
No more sundry debtors. Trade receivables arising only for goods sold or services rendered in the normal course of business. B. Now greater than 6 months outstanding from the due date of payment.
Aging analysis of the debtors. Now it is not called debtors anymore. They are called trade receivable. So trade receivable is the debtors plus BR. Trade payable is the creditor plus BP. Outstanding for more than 6 months from due date. Assuming I sold goods to Rakshit on 1st of January, I have given him 4 months time. 30th April get the due. From there you should see more than 6 months or less than 6 months. So 6 aging analysis you should do. Outstanding for more than 6 months and considered good from the due date, not from the date of sale. So I repeat another example. Assuming I sold to Rakshit on 1st July, I have given him 6 months time. By 31st March, nothing he paid. It is less than 6 months. Yake 1st July in the 6 months complete badadalla. From 31st to December, so it's outstanding for more than 6 months or less than 6 months. You have to do aging analysis. Then next, regular notes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ detail version ಇದೆ. ಇಂಗು ನಾಳೆ ಓದಕ್ಕಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತಿಂದ ನಾಳೆಂದಲ್ಲ. Please ಎಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. This is the financial statement format. Schedule 3 and division 1 for non-Indians. Companies accounting standard rules we have to follow. 2006. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ 2006 accounting standard rules. Indians 2015 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು. Then NBFC. This is the format. Depreciable asset ಬಗ್ಗೆ we discussed multiple times. Then working capital. All these items are called the items in the operating cycle. Outside they are called current liability. Inside they are called current asset. Difference is called working capital. Yeah. So above chart use this definition of current asset. What is non-current other than current asset? Working capital is different and financial statement different. A generic statement. Harshita continue. Equity is equal to.
Equity is equal to owner's fund is equal to proprietary funds is equal to shareholders fund is nothing but owner's capital, net worth, equity share capital plus preference share capital plus reserves and surplus.
Preference share capital is also part of the owner's funds. Now, reserves ಬಗ್ಗೆ reasonable knowledge ಇರಬೇಕು because majority of this discussion is relevant for SMS surplus tomorrow. Revaluation surplus is only entry we know, exit we don't know. The waste. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ revaluation surplus account ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೋಲಿಡೇಟ್. So that is only a reserve which is the unrealized reserve. Similar time pass. Only depreciation somewhere we may use. I'll teach when I go to ESTEM. Reserve restricted, capital reserve and capital redemption reserve. CRR can be used only for bonus issue. Security premium 52 there are 5 purposes for which we went through today only. Whereas free reserves are available for anything and everything. General reserve, P&L account, investment fluctuation reserve, dividend equalization reserve. There are 3 reserves. Statute reserves are amalgamation chapter group told investment allowance reserve, export profit reserve, 10AA reserves. Yeah, it's fine. We discuss the same point. P&L account only. Raw material stock is always a part of raw material consumed. Pocket trade shows separately changes in inventory. Positive or positive parameter, negative or negative parameter. This is a formatting. Disclosure on debtors per year, 17. If the credit period is 4 months, outstanding on 31st March. 17, credit period is 2 months, more than 6 months and less than equal to 6 months. Disclosure on the glance for the regular class will be notes. All of you, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Managerial remuneration 197 reduced 198. Okay, so we have discussed a number of times, sir. 60 lakh up to less than 5 crore idaga 60 lakh per annum for everybody. 5 crore to 100 crore idaga 84 lakh. So then 100 crore to 250 crore 120 lakh. About 250 crore, right? 120 lakh plus 0.01% of effective capital in excess of 250 crores. Regular class problem is there. Repetitively, this question has been asked. Repetitively, okay. It can be doubled also if the special resolution is passed. Now, profit purpose for the management remuneration should take the normal regular profit, special treatment. If there is taxes debited to P&L, management remuneration, etc., you have to add back all those items plus appropriation items you add back. Whenever there is a sale of an asset, now you are better equipped to answer this. SLM depreciation. Loss on sale is always allowed. Profit on sale being balancing charge is included. But a profit on sale being a 50 capital gain should be excluded. So if you remember SLM depreciation, sale value excluded from the profit. Whereas the balancing charge, what you understood under electricity company accounts, should be part of the net profit for the purpose of damage area remuneration. Loss allowed. If it debited, ignore. Profit on sale up to original cost is allowed. Notice section 50 and the cookie. Balance profit is always continued, whereas 50 is reduced. Effective capital definition extremely crucial. Either the balance sheet format active there. So are the notes in the copy model?
Effective capital means long-term funds invested within the business. Effective capital for the purpose of managerial remuneration in case of inadequate profits is the aggregate of share capital, both equity and preference, reserves and surplus, loans and deposits if it is for more than 1 year, as reduced by aggregate of investments, preliminary expenses not written off, P&L account debit balance if any, etc.
Investments, preliminary expenses, all those are to minus. But investments, you should not reduce it if it is an investment company. Jay, yeah, this topic, sir will be doing tomorrow. CFS we discussed. Bonus share Allah, SMSR portion, he will do it. Redemption of preference shares are important. Company accounts. Substantial portion is company accounts. Last topic of company account, page 87. Redemption of debentures. So theory concept you can read. Upon issue, in the carry concept. When you issue bank account debit to debenture account, when there is redemption, debenture account debit to bank account. So there's some corporate law theory. This corporate law, regular copy the notes copy model. Preference shares has to be redeemed within 10 years normally. Okay, 20 years for what? Infrastructure companies. So 30 years, 34 years for infrastructure company. So debentures 10 years and 20 years. It should be 20 years for infrastructure company. Theory go through money. Then important theory here. If you are a listed company, financial institution, no DRR required. If it is a other unlisted company, debenture redemption result to be maintained is the total debentures outstanding. Let's say 100 lakh is outstanding, is cut 10%. So if you are a listed company, financial institution, HFC, etc., no DRR required. If it is an unlisted company, total debentures outstanding is 100 lakh. to create DRR, P&L accountable DRR, 100 lakh to 10%, 10 lakh. Next, assuming at the end of next year, you're redeeming 40 lakh. You decided to redeem 40 lakh. 40 lakh into 15%, that is 6 lakh has to be made as an investment in DRR investment within 30th April of the current year. DRR to be maintained is straight away, whatever the debenture outstanding into 10% for unlisted companies. DRR investment to be made is whatever is the debentures you are going to redeem in the next year, iska 15% by 30th April of this year. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fixed interest, common interest concept as well, debentures are concept. Okay. Right. Methods of redemption. First one is what? Conversion. Debenture accountable to share capital, any profit or loss capital. Purchase for open in the open market immediately. So if you're cancelling immediately, debentures account always shows a trade balance, debit column, to bank account, to profit on cancellation, and that profit can transfer to capital reserve. Atava, if you're purchasing and keeping it for some time and cancelling after some time, liability settle debentures as and when you purchase, investment in own debentures on the open market, maybe on 31st December, 30th March, whenever you want to cancel, debentures have to be cancelled, credit money, investment in own debentures have to be cancelled, differential amount should go to profit on cancellation, or capital, X interest, come interest, both investment account, discuss next, that is about conversion, immediate cancellation. Then preference shares. Redemption of preference shares to debentures difference, preference shares have to be redeemed within 20th or 30 years, sir. Debentures 10 atava, sorry, preference shares 20th or 30 years, sir. Debentures 10 atava 30 years. 10 atava 30 years. I'm sorry, I got 20 years I mentioned. I clarify. Preference shares have to be redeemed normally within 20 years. Introduction company within 30 years. Debentures have to be redeemed normally within 10 years. Not logic, debenture is a loan that's paid as fast as possible. But introduction for both it is a 30 years. Gist. Redemption of preference share is compulsory under section 55. Debenture compulsory under 71. Buyback of security is optional only if you have got a surplus profit. So including debentures you can buy back. Purchase in the open market is also optional. Apart from that, payment in lump sum one shot you pay, installment periodically you pay. Security premium again, extremely important notes. Okay. So security premium is little restrictive. Free reserve is freely available. For issue of securities, for redemption of preference shares, issue only equity shares or preference shares. For buyback of securities, you can issue any other security. For example, equity shares buyback part of that, debenture also can be issued. Understood? CRR, create CRR, very important. Out of the free reserves, either when there is a redemption of preference share capital, or buyback of share capital, buyback of debentures ke CRR beda. Buyback of debentures ke CRR baranga, buyback of share capital baranga. Utilizing the CRR only for bonus issue. Any doubt, any question about anything we discussed till now? Reasonably able to catch in the revision class. 90% if you are able to catch, that means you are able to catch 100%. Because 10% anyhow the human. Take quick 5 minutes break. 1-5 will meet. Yes, sir. Break. All of you are back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's take one RTP of ICI just to tell you the kind of questions being asked.
Sir, I had a small doubt. Can I ask?
Please.
Sir, where do we write off preliminary expenses in P&L account? Sir, other expenses, is it?
Other expense. You are right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the examination, RTP, revision test paper of group 1. This also you can try to take a print if possible. Okay. It's meant for November 22 because our May 23 is not yet released. Okay. So the first question what they've asked is about financial statement of a company. So in the regular class also, I think we went through all this. So Oliva Limited, they give a trial balance. All of you in the class. There's a raw material.
Yes, sir.
Raw material is there. That means it's a manufacturing company. Manufacturing company. So from the following above information, you are supposed to prepare a company statement of your account. So general information will be given. You have to prepare a format. I'll just open one door. So this is a question and this is the answer. So how do we go about? So suggest the answer, sir. First you write the format. So equity and liabilities on the top. The non-current, current. Share application money pending allotment, they may not write, but you as a strict follower of the format, you write. Format very helpful. Shareholders funds, share application money pending allotment, non-current, current. First write the format. Then wherever required, wherever there are multiple items, you have to give a note. Share capital must be note 1, which I am suggesting you. Reserve surplus, note 2. Then everything else. So write the format of the P&L also. Reasonably format. Then notes to account. Wherever required, you have to give the note. Share capital they are not giving here. You must give. Compulsory to give. So P&L account opening balance, net profit, what you found out from here, you have to copy. Long-term borrowings, whatever is the current portion should be shown under current. Everything else should be coming under non-current. Fixed deposit anna, you being a company, take it as a liability. But note more. Fixed deposit, don't think it is an asset. FD, FD company has taken deposit, public deposit. Okay. Then short-term borrowings, secured loans, fixed deposit, unsecured whatever. Then any other expense payable in liability. Provision for tax is always a part of short-term provision. Then PPE, I have done on Dow books problem. You can elaboratively do that. At the original cost, normally you should show at the original cost less provision for depreciation. Okay. So format present body, inventory again, closing inventory give a disclosure. Any special item in disclosure. This is about the format. This is the copy paste to the financial statements format. Managing remuneration. Yes, it is a non-investment company. That means investment has to be minus. So how to do it? Share capital, reserve all the special items. Okay. So equity share capital, preference share capital, security PM, debentures. Minus investment and P&L debit balance. Ist mark 5 mark. Equity share capital, preference share capital. Revaluation reserve is never a part of effective capital. Security PM, debentures. Deposits for more than 1 year, that also should be taken. Minus investments, minus P&L. This is the effective capital. All of you able to catch?
Yes,
That is
sir.
marked.
Yes, sir.
Next, question number 3 is about cash flow statement. When they give you receipts and payments account, you can go for direct method for operating cash flow. When they give you balance sheet or P&L information, we normally go by indirect method. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ notes to accounts and reserves and surplus irutte. All of you listening?
Yes,
They
sir.
already
Yes, sir.
profit and loss account information ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So from there you have to start cash flow statement format. Operating activities, if you are starting with the net profit before tax, don't add back provision for tax. If you are starting with the provision, so net profit after tax, you have to add back provision for tax debited to P&L account. You are extremely careful here. Provision for tax, you have to add only if there is a, when you start with the profit after tax. Profit after tax, work will allow for a quick time. ES3 cash flow statement. Two RMS. When receipts and payments account or cash summary. When receipts and payments account or cash summary is given, receipts and payment account, cash summary is given, follow direct method for operating cash. Direct that ಬರೋದು operating ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. Below that para ಪ್ರಮುಖ 18A. Right side, when balance sheet is given, use indirect method para 18B. Below that, further, small a. Provision for tax. 2 RMRs. Left side, when started with PBT, क्या करना पड़ेगा?
Nothing.
Do not add back. Do not. Right side. When started with the
EBA.
PAT.
repeat that note. Provision for tax 2 RMR. That's it. When started with PAT, when you started with PBT,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
do not add back. Right side. When started with PAT, profit after tax,
Add back.
Add back.
ಏನೋ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನನಗೆ. Add back. Clear. Now connect left with right. Income tax actually paid. Income tax actually paid must be shown under operating cash flows at the end. Provision for tax and the Pradyumna add back up the, it depends on the PBT or the PAT. Income tax paid must be shown. Clear about it? First point, small b. Interest expense added back under operating cash flow. NVIDIA. Next. Interest actually paid shown under
Financing.
Financing activity.
financing. Next. Interest expense is financing. Semicolon. interest and dividend income. Interest and dividend income is a investing. Semicolon, reading. Dividend paid always financing. Dividend paid always financing. Within the bracket, for financial enterprise, interest received and paid, comma, dividend received is what?
Operating.
Operating. Next. Direct and indirect. Sarige Samhita. Direct and indirect only under operating. Next. Show outflow as within the bracket. Show outflow as within the bracket. Next. Cash and cash equivalent with the exchange fluctuation reconciliation shown at the end. Exchange fluctuation reconciliation shown at the end.
Sir, exchange fluctuation.
Reconciliation is shown at the end. Everybody understood?
Yes.
So, cash flow from, I'm just showing the format you need to work out later, all this, just to speed up your preparation. So, cash flow from operating activity, net profit before tax. Yeah? So, non-operating, non-cash, depreciation is non-cash, profit on sale of investment, profit on sale of car. Profit within the bracket. Credit minus debit side item add back. Right. Then operating profit before working capital change. Decrease in the current asset and add margin. Increase in the current asset and deduct margin. Exact opposite the current liability. Cash and cash equivalent. This is called cash generated from operation. Income tax paid is always shown at the end. So then extraordinary items in after this. Then outer column, first time outer column, net cash. The positive other net cash, negative other is not rightly printed. Net cash used on the variable. Negative is there, net cash used in operating activities. Other than investing activities, basically fixed asset and investment related variable. Then financing activities, basically share capital, premium, interest, etc. Net figure of all these things decrease and increase. Cash and cash equivalent add money. There will be the cash and cash equivalent at the end. So start preparing ledger accounts. Cash flow even part for ease of CFS. CFS ease madake. Prepare relevant ledger accounts. Say provision for tax account. Proposed dividend account. So dividend payable. Proposed dividend proposed dividend dividend payable account. Dividend payable within the bracket. Opening dividend presumed to be paid. If they are not given, opening dividend presumed to be paid. 30 days compel law. Presumed to be paid. Close the bracket. Fixed asset account or PP or intangible asset.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
They have done the statement like you prepare ledger account. Easy. Fixed asset. Next question. So profit or loss. Class.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
ಇದು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಡ್ ಇನ್ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಟೈಮ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Then you need to present like this. Again, you can follow this in a ROTE format. ROTE. Okay, revenue from operation, other income, total. Gross profit ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ. Then each basis ಬರೆಯಬೇಕು. Sales ratio ಅಥವಾ time sales related ಎಲ್ಲ sales ratio ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Gross profit is sales ratio, bad debt is sales ratio, discount allowed is the customer sales ratio, sales commission is sales ratio. Most of the other fixed expense are time ratio. Preliminary expense written off is always post. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ರೈಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ. ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಕರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಪರೇಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಕರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇನ್ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್, ಬಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್. ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಫೀಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. However, if it is tax related fees, they would have a portion based on sales ratio. Director fees is always post. Then depreciation time, debenture interest is post. If there is a vendor salary or interest for delayed payment of the fees, then it can come pre-incorporation. Everything else is a post. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Differential amount. So pre-incorporation profit will be transferred to capital reserve. Or loss retained in the P&L account, whereas post-incorporation always retained in the P&L. Working out for sales ratio, be careful. Sometimes weighted average sales account, you have to take care of it. Next question is about semester portion, bonus, right, preference shares, redemption of debentures. Okay, I'm just showing you the presentation of the answer. The investment account. Okay, maybe yes, investment account model. Yes, 13. Investment means the surplus funds invested outside the business. So 2 RMRs. Investments can be current investment or long term. Current, non-current alike. Current and long term. Long term, short term all. So current investments are intended to be sold within the operating cycle within 12 months. So long term investments are other than the current investment. Long term investments are always valued at cost. Current investments are valued at cost or fair value, whichever is less. For both purpose, cost is equal to cost of purchase plus incidental expense like a brokerage, commission, STT, etc. minus if it is a come interest purchase, come dividend purchase, interest till the date has to be deducted. Whereas if X interest, what is this X interest, come interest? So dividend is a rare phenomenon of late, especially after changing the dividend law, but interest is very common. Assuming A Limited has issued 100 lakh 12% debentures, interest payable once in 6 months. Apurva holds 20 lakh debentures. So 30th June interest ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, 31st December ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. Apurva sold those debentures to Manohar on 1st September. So 20 lakh worth of debentures, she says, I'm selling it to you at 19.5 lakh. If it is a X interest, so last interest was paid in June, July and August. Additionally, she should receive the interest, extra interest. Whereas if it is a come interest, 19.5 lakh interest is already included for July and August. So in the investment account, as well as debenture, important. If I'm an investor, I purchase debenture. So assuming it is a X interest, 19 lakh 50,000 X interest, then straight away 2 hours towards investment 19.5 lakh plus extra 2 months interest, always based on the face value. 20 lakh into 12 by 100 into 2 by 12 months. Total cash outflow added. Come interest are there, 19.5 at middle of the page. Toda come karna, left side 2 months interest, let's say 20,000 minus 1950 minus 20,000, 19 lakh 30,000 is towards the investment account. Understood? Whereas if you're a company, if you're a debenture, so debenture for same concept, instead of using the word investment account, use the word debenture account. Understood? So there can be 2 categories of investment account being asked. Fixed income bearing security like investment in debentures. Particulars, number, investment account and interest. Interest and cost variable, investment account or interest variable. Whereas variable income bearing securities are equity shares. Particulars, numbers, investment account, dividend or income account, whatever is there, you can do it. Right. Now ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಥವಾ ನಂಬರ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ಸ್. ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್, ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದವರೆ, ನಾನು ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಟಾಪ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡ್ಯೂ ಡೇಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ವೆನೆವರ್ ಯು ಪೇ purchase the debentures, interest has to be segregated and balance amount will go. So keep on doing it. At the end, whatever the investment is there, what is the profit on sale first, other find out money. And if there is any closing balance investment, that also should be valued at cost or market value, whichever less. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
Yes.
Sir.
ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ಸೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲೇಮ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ AS19 ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಲೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀಸಸ್. ಅಪೂರ್ವಾಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರ್ ಶಾಮಿಯಾನ. ಶಿ ಸೇಸ್ ಸರ್ ಶಾಮಿಯಾನ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಮನೆ ಮುಂದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಕಣೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳು ಮದುವೆ?
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಮದುವೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮದುವೆ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಮದ್ವೆ ನಂದಲ್ಲ.
ಅಪೂರ್ವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಈಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಈಗಿಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಬೇಡ, ಸಂಜೆ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಗೋಧೂಳು ಲಗ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ವಾ? 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬೇಡವಾ? ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಡ. ಓಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ನಿನ್ನ ಮದುವೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋ. ನಾನು ಶಾಮಿಯಾನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮನ್ ತರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿನಗೆ. ನಿನ್ನ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆ. ನಾನು ಶಾಮಿಯಾನ ಏನು ಶಾಮಿಯಾನ ಹಳೆ ಪಾತ್ರ ಹಳೆ ಕಬ್ಬಣ ತರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳೋದು ಮಾತಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ರೈಟ್, ಇರ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಶೆಟಿಸರ್ ಶಾಮಿಯಾನ. ಸೊ ಯುವರ್ Apurva's marriage for 3 days. That is the operating lease. So I am the owner. I am the person who is going to own it. I am the person who is going to enjoy the benefits of the ownership rights. So depreciation, risk, ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ I am the lessor. Whereas finance lease ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Finance lease is where there is legal ownership is transferred only. ಆಯ್ತು, ನಾನು ನೋಡಿ ಆಕಾಶ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ? ಯಾರು ಅಪ್ಸರೆ ಬರ್ತಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲಿಂದ. ಯಾರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಮೇಲಿಂದ?
ಬಿಸ್ಲಿತ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾಳ ಅವಳು ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಫ್ಲಾಶ್ ಲೈಟ್ ತರ. ಯಾ. ಸೊ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಲೀಸ್ is, so I purchase a car from Sundaram Motors on lease. Sundaram Motors continue to be the legal owner till the last minute. Yeah? Only at the end actually I become the owner. That is called finance lease. Hire purchase is a classic example for finance lease. There are two kinds of sales. Hire purchase sale, Sundaram Motors angle ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. Hire purchase sale ಮತ್ತು installment sale. Hire purchase means the buyer becomes the owner only by paying the last installment, whereas installment only buyer becomes the owner immediately upon signing the document. Hire purchase, if I do a default, vendor can repossess the goods. Installment, there is no concept called repossession. They can only sue for damages. Next, hire purchase accounts, goods of substantial value ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇರೋದು, small value ಇಲ್ಲ. So now I am purchasing trucks from Delhi Motors. One problem ಇದೆ, ನೆನಪಿದೆ. So what should I do? Open asset account. Every time you write asset on hire purchase, motors on hire purchase, trucks on hire purchase, cycle on hire purchase. Then open Delhi Motors account. What entry for purchase of an asset on hire purchase account to party account. So party account buy asset on hire purchase. ಕೆಳಗೆ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡೌನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ 2 ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಸೊ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ 50,000 into 3 ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್, ನೆನಪಿದ್ರೆ ಫಿಗರ್ ಸಮೇತ. ಸೊ 1,50,000 the figure, 30,000 ಡೌನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ವಾಟ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್? 1,20,000 to be repayable in 3, hire purchase in 3 installment. Am I too fast?
No sir. No sir.
I am fast because revision class ಅಲ್ಲ. So I'm not a regular class, slow ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. I am fast, I am accepting, but am I too fast? You are able to catch?
No sir. Yes sir.
Yes.
No sir, yes sir. ಏನು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 1,20,000 divided by 3, 40,000 is the principal plus interest. Keep on paying it. So I charge depreciation at 20%. Assuming I defaulted in payment of second installment, he may charge depreciation 30%. So ಎರಡು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಹಾಕೋದು. So 2 tempos, 50,000 into 2, 1 lakh in my book, 50,000 into 2 in his book, 1 lakh. My book less depreciation first year 20,000, for him 30,000. Next again second year depreciation. Differential amount is called loss on repossession, which need to be debited to P&L account. One more concept is EMI. Monthly installment. You take a loan, housing loan from Canara Bank for next 20 years. Every month your installment will be same. So how do they do that? So they calculate the total interest. So in the books of the hire purchaser, asset account debit, let's say 20 lakh. Interest suspense account, total interest for the entire 5 years. Say for easy sake 5 lakh. To hire vendor account 25 lakh. Asset on hire purchase account debit 20 lakh. Interest suspense account debit 5 lakh. To hire vendor account is to RP madam 25 lakh. At the end of the year, interest is an expense for me. Interest expense account debit to interest suspense account. So then keep on reducing it. So until then, interest suspense is shown on the asset side for hire purchaser, liability side for the hire vendor. Idea? Right. Now EMI kutre 6,000 into 4 installment is 20% interest. How do I segregate? Come bottom up approach or working back. Fourth installment 6,000. 6,000 is equal to 120. 20 is equal to 1,000 is the interest. So third installment is 6,000 plus 5,000. 11,000 into 20 by 120. Recent segregate.
Yes, sir.
Is he going? Happening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So ಇದು similar question. ಎಲ್ಲ exam ಇದೇ ತರ question ಕೇಳೋಣ. So higher purchase problem. Now tempos on higher purchase but ಅದೇ ತರ question ಇದು. So only thing is figures may be different. Open asset account, asset to party. Then depreciation whenever there is a takeover by party account, by P&L account being a loss on repossession, balance of the tempos which is continue. Whereas party account only by tempos, 2 bank account down payment 11 lakh minus 2 lakh, idu 9 lakh ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 9 lakh ಮೇಲೆ 12% interest. So 1 lakh 8,000 interest ಬರುತ್ತೆ plus the principal, probably 3 lakh would have been a principal. 3 lakh plus 1 lakh 8,000, 4 lakh 8,000 ಬರಬೇಕು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So then next year again we should have continued, but there is a repossession, that's a 2 tempos account. Iದೇ ತರ continue ಮಾಡಿ. The last topic of group 1. ನನ್ನ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನಂದು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ನಾಳೆ ಇದೆ. ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Accounts from incomplete records. Single entry system, very important. Recently on 5-10 marks keltare, 20 mark question also has been asked n number of times in last 20 exams. From the time I was a student of single entry, from the time I am still a teacher of single entry, this question has been repeatedly asked. Last 20 exams, one exam probably they would have missed. Adu very rarely. Every exam, of late 5-10 marks keltare, 15 marks, 20 marks common question. So why is it so important? Because it has got beautiful concepts of account. And a single entry system, we do not have a complete record. There are 2 ways of finding out the profit. Either capital comparison method, also called statement of affairs method, or the net worth method. Second one is conversion method. First method, preparing a capital balance sheet, statement of affairs model, all the assets, all the liabilities, opening and closing. So you get a balance sheet, you get a capital. Then prepare a capital account. Format, by opening balance, by additional capital, by interest on capital, to drawings, to interest on drawing, to closing capital. Balance sheet is a profit. Other statement will be closing capital, add drawing, add interest on drawing, minus opening capital, minus additional capital, minus interest on capital. Difference is a profit. So 2 steps. Statement of affairs model, all assets, all liability, difference is a capital. Then prepare a capital account. Second one is the extremely crucial one, conversion. Single entry and double entry agi convert ಮಾಡೋದು. ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ there is no specific written rule like Newton law ಇಲ್ಲ. Based on the experience. First one, when the GP ratio is given, compulsory prepare trading account. One of the figures in the trading account is a missing figure. Point number 2. Prepare relevant ledger account. BR account with debtors, BP account with creditors account. Cash book with 2 columns, cash and bank account ಮಾಡಿ. Interpretation of the missing figure is important. Minimum 4 items must appear in every ledger account. For example, debtors account, opening balance, credit sales, amount collected, closing balance. If all of them are given, so assuming 3 of them are given, normally credit sale is a missing figure on the debit side. Credit sale is a missing figure. Suppose all the 4 are given, still if there's a balance, check up which side there's a balance. Credit side if there's a balance, it may be BR transaction, bills receivable account to debtors account, allige post model. Even after that there's a balance figure, it may be bad debt, it may be discount, it may be sales return, or the netting of debtors with creditors. I sold and purchased in the same party. Debit side balance bandre. Anybody? Very good. Dishonor, excellent. Yarado? Dishonor of a bill, Fatima, excellent. Debit, what entry for dishonor of a bill?
Debtors account debit.
Debtors account. 2, BR account, creditors account, depends on the status of the bill. So how do you interpret the balance figure? Very crucial. Next, knowledge about bills of exchange. Life is a process of cancellation. Open, close, open, close. Entry for credit sale, debtors to sales. What entry for drawing a bill? BR to debtors. Then there are 5 ways of retaining the, treating the bill. Retain the bill, retaining no entry. When you receive, there's a bank account. Then discounting the bill, endorsement of a bill, sending for collection, retirement of the bill. Ella kadeno except endorsement, bank account debit to BR. If it is discount, solve discount debit mado. Bank account is the balance figure. If it's retirement, same like discounting. If it is endorsement, debit creditors account instead of bank account. Suppose bill dissolve, debit is always Bhumika debtors account. Credit depends on the status. Retained bill, 2 BR, discount bill, 2 bank, immediately you have to pay to the bank, full amount, 100 lakh. 2 creditors account, endorsement, 2 bill for collection, if it's sent for collection, 2 retired bill, Bata showroom.
No entry.
Retired bill is already on. Innondsala the cost credit, Bata showroom, it come back. Then he did none, then it uncoded. Alva, you visualize my Bata showroom, it come back. So, whenever there is a dishonor, they can be for. Then noting protest renewal. If there's ultimate insolvency, then labo. So if you're putting Nama, it is bad debt account. If you're taking Nama, deficiency account. In the books of the person who is putting the Nama is bad. Putting now bad debt.
Bad debt.
Sir, putting the Nama as
deficiency. Taking the Nama is bad debts. Okay. So bad debt account debit, debtors account, only creditors account debit deficiency. In the books of the buyer, do not buy her the entry. Ella ulta madkondo. Debtors badalu, creditors, sales badalu, purchase BR badalu, BP, then buy bank badalu, 2 bank, bad debt badalu, deficiency account. Understood that? By using that, you need to prepare single entry system. So the incomplete record node itara. On the opening balance, date note, name, nature, date, again important. It's sala 31st month, 31st month 2021 closing balance because they were given fire broke out in the evening. Just to hold a fire body. It was a nice fire. It waited up to 31st March evening only. So that year end destroying everything. So this question, first question of class sales for the current year is 20% higher than the last year. 20% was on cash. The sales was cost plus 25%. Collection from the debtors, something similar to the question. Working notes if it is 15 mark question, working notes 12 marks. But the 3 marks for the final trading period account balance sheet. Amana, balance sheet of Amana. How do you do? Aman sir, question number 14. Trading period account Aman sir. So trading period account normal T shape GP ratio ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, there's a purchase the balance figure. Can you visualize?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then P&L account normal ಮಾಡಿ. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈರ್ ಆದಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡೋದು ಅವನು ಯಾರೋ ಕ್ಯಾಶಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Then balance sheet usual ಮಾಡಿ. Balance sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಿಕಾ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಫಿಕಾ. Fixed asset ಅಂತ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ you can still say under fixed asset. I don't know. It's still stupid called PICA because fixed asset can be tangible and intangible. Tangible is called PP. PICA ಅಂದ್ರೆ intangible asset ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ. So the order which you are supposed to follow very ಕೆಳಗೆ for non corporate ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಕಡೆ ಬರಿ For non-corporate, financials can be T-shaped. T-shaped andre horizontal, also called horizontal. Next, balance sheet. ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ತರ ಹಾಕಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು. ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ಪಿಕಾ. ಫಿಕಾ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಎಫ್. ಆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಪಕ್ಕ ಪಿಪಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ಯಾಜಿಬಲ್ ಅದೆರಡು ಕವರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇವಾಗ ಪಿಪಿ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಕವರ್ ಇಂಟ್ಯಾಜಿಬಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು?
Investment. Sorry.
ಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು?
Current asset.
ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬರೀ ಪ್ರೊಪ್ರೈಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಲೋನ್ಸ್, ಒಂಥರ ಪರ್ಮನೆನ್ಸಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇದು ಪಿಪಿಗ. Loans, then current liabilities. This is the format which we follow. So reasonably, the format ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಲೆಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಲೆಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಡೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ. ದೆನ್ ಇದು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅದಿದ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್. ಇದು ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಾಡಿ ಡೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಿಗರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಗರ್, ಡೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, BRB ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ. Next, 15th question. ASL ಬರೋದು connected to that, but still there are 3 fundamental accounting assumptions. Should state and conservative. ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್, ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ನೋಡಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದು ಫೈನಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಫೈನಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. Now, going concern, accrual, consistency are 3 fundamental accounting assumptions. Whatever we did and whatever we learned till now deeply is based on going concern assumption. If going concern assumption is not followed, everything is to be recognized on a realization basis. How to do it is a problem and a tuck kanta maad. Question ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. May 22 question number 15. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಟಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಇದು P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. May 22 November 22 RTP. ಇದು November 22 RTP. Framework for preparation of financial statement ಅಂತ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿ. When going concern is not followed. ನೋಡಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ going concern is not followed. Today format P&L account and balance sheet. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Quickly read the adjustment mark.
Additional information is as follows. The remaining life of property, plant and equipment is 8 years. The pattern of use of the asset is even. The net realizable value of the property, plant and equipment on 31st March 2022 was 3,25,000.
So, balance sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ PP video closing balance sheet only 3,60,000, but its realizable value ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 3,25,000. Leave sufficient gap for the answer. P&L account balance sheet one full page PPT. Mitra, draw.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
sir.
So when going concern is not followed, financials are recognized, financials are prepared. And we don't know whether the business going concern, and we are expecting that business is going to be there forever. Now we are saying we don't know whether we are going to be there or not. When going concern is not followed, financials are prepared on realization basis. as if it's going to be sold tomorrow, as if it's going to be liquidated tomorrow. समझ में आ रहा है? Relation varies. Underline that. Now working out one. PP book value 3,60,000. Normally PP is always at cost, but when going concern is not concerned about the NRV, yeah, NRV 3,25,000. Difference is depreciation is equal to 35,000. Okay, now. ಇಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ನಾವು ಇದ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ you don't have to do the exam in the bracket is the bracket when going concern is followed depreciation should have been 3,60,000 divided by 8 more years ಅದಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ coincidentally ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತಾರೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ coincidentally
Same 35,000.
ಅದು coincidence. I hope you understand. Coincidentally ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂತು.
No sir, 45,000.
45,000.
3,60,000 8 is 45,000. You think for a minute I also trusted you. So close the bracket. Normally depreciation is life asset by life, cost by life. So illi consider when going concern is not followed, you evaluate NRV. We don't know whether they are existing tomorrow or not. So 360 book is but market value is only 325 minus ಎಷ್ಟು 35,000 rupees pay and account debit ಮಾಡಿ.
Yes.
Hello. So now come to the balance sheet first trading pay and account format. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ನೋಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಪೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಒಂದು 12 lines, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಒಂದು 4 lines. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ again ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ನಾಟ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ at NRV ಅಂತ ಬರೀ 3,20,000 ಡನ್. ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
Can you repeat?
I said trading P and account. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು 12 lines ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಮ್ಮ. ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಮ್ಮ ದೀಪಿಕಾ?
Yes sir. Yes.
Balance sheet, ಅದು balance sheet liability rupees, assets rupees. 31/22 not following going concern. ಅದು ನೀವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬರೆದಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಬರೆದಿರಲ್ವಾ?
Yes sir.
Now fixed asset at NRV ಅಥವಾ PP at NRV ಎಷ್ಟು? 3,25,000. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ?
Yes.
Next adjustment 2 ಓದಮ್ಮ.
Purchases and sales in 21-22 amounted to 22,50,000 and 27,50,000 respectively.
Before we take this to P&L, opening stock is ಇದು all of you see ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 31st ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 21 ಅಂತ ಬರಿ 31st March 21 is the opening balance sheet. What we are doing is for 31st March 2022. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ yeah. So now all of you write in the trading account 2 opening stock. Where is it available? Closing inventory of the last year is nothing but opening stock of the current year. Right?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Yes.
So last year we closing stock 1,50,000. ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? 2 opening stock because it is a unique problem.
Yes.
1,50,000. Next, whatever she read doesn't have purchase and sale. 2 purchases, 22,50,000 by sales. That's copy paste because there are always some realization basis. 2 purchases 22,50,000 by sales 27,50,000. Got it?
Yes sir.
Yes.
Next, other one.
The cost and net realizable value of the company on 31st March 2022 were rupees 2 lakh and rupees 2,50,000 respectively.
So again, by sales are by closing stock at NRV. Normally you should write whichever is less. Cost or everything is by closing stock at NRV, within the bracket, else cost or NRV whichever is ES2 apply agodilla. At NRV 2,50,000. Ella NRV baribeku. Complicated, but it's slightly different. You are not used to it. All of you catching?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Expenses including interest on loan for the year amounted to 78,000.
Interest on loan has to be shown separately. To finance expense two expenses. Two expenses within the bracket including interest. Two expense is including interest, 78,000. Next.
Deferred expenses are amortized equally over 5 years.
So, two deferred expenses. Within the bracket, basically, write off entire amount. Because we don't know whether we are going to be there or not. Use the brain. Entire amount 50,000. Within one more bracket, not 150. Normal 150, 10,000 mark. I don't know whether I am going to be there or not. Are you able to catch, Baba? Enjoy.
Yes,
50,000. 50,000. Next.
Sundry debtors on 31st March 2022 are rupees 1,50,000, of which rupees 5,000 is doubtful. Collection of another 25,000 depends on successful reinstallation of certain products supplied to the customer.
So you need to reinstall certain product, then only they will be able to give. So out of 150, 5,000 is doubtful, 25,000 only if you do the reinstallation. So all of you come to the balance sheet. Inventory first. Inventory, inventory at NRV, 2,50,000. ITC, they are but trade receivable, within the bracket 1,50,000 minus. Because the successful installation comes to the picture. If you are continuing, you are not going to be there. Where is the question of continuing? 1,50,000 minus 5,000 minus 25,000. Simple, that's what done. 1,50,000 minus, but unless you are done earlier, you will not be able to do it. Idea question for the exam. Idea question, sometimes same figures also. Sometimes figures they may double or half. 1,50,000 less 5,000 minus 25,000 is equal to 1,20,000. So P&L account to provision for doubtful debts.
30,000.
5,000. 5,000 plus 25,000. Easy na? 30,000. Tumba easy. Group accounts. Depreciation will work in out ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. To depreciation ಅದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. To depreciation work in out 35,000. Asset side ಅಲ್ಲಿ come back to asset side. Deferred expenses million. Understood? Till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Closing returns are 75 lakh, likely to be settled at 10% discount.
So balance sheet, all of you come to balance sheet. Creditors, the trade payable. 75,000 minus this percentage. 10%.
10.
6,700. NRV, again, what value you are going to pay? Asset liability, 6,700. Right side only, income, income because they are not going to pay. By trade payable waived off. 75,000 to 10%. Easy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cash balance as on 31st March 22 is 4,22,000.
So balance sheet only, cash in bank, 4,12,000. Next.
There is an early repayment penalty for the loan of rupees 25,000.
So loan you are suppose you are not going to be there. The banker is not going to give you. He says repay the loan right now. But if you are going to repay early, so you are repaying well in advance. That's why prepayment they will levy a penalty. It may look little vague for you, but it's a perfect mechanism. I take a loan from bank. I know I take a loan from bank for 20 years. But within 5 years only, if I repay, they are going to lose the interest. They would have planned that they are going to pay the interest for next. What do you say? That's why they may have prepayment charges. But RBI, if I'm not wrong, has given direction, they should not do it, especially for housing loan, etc. If they're repaying it, you have got the money. Why are you bothered? Prepayment charges are almost nil now, but still, question so account only to loan prepayment penalty 25,000. Now everything else from the original balance sheet you have to copy. I think PP agoto, closing inventory aito, trade receivable debt. Next, properties capital bid. P&L account 1,25,000 credit itto, no 10% loan, copy money. You're not yet repaid. You're not repaid yet. It's going to be repaid at that time. 10% loan, this is a bracket, not repaid. If you repay, there's a penalty. Okay, now 10% loan, 2,10,000 plus penalty payable 25,000. That's separate again, penalty payable. 2,10,000 plus 25,000, 2,34,000. Jay?
Yes.
Trade payable done, alva?
Done.
Yes.
So, trade set total net profit, net loss is total. Trade set total. Is it
30 lakh 7,500.
Next. So net profit balance sheet figure is stored. $3,89,500. So come to balance sheet. They are shown separately. Then you can add to capital. Okay, capital, which is the bracket, opening, same, 3 lakh. P&L. Opening is still there. 1,25,000. 1 lakh. So I said proprietor's capital 3 lakh. P&L they are shown. After we can merge with the capital. P&L 1,25,000 plus current year profit is stored.
89,500.
1,25,000 plus 389,500 is stored.
5,14,500.
5,14,500. Tally authority balance sheet.
11,17,000.
Talda.
Yes, sir.
So 16th question in that account started touch ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆನಾ?
Yes, sir.
This is the suggested answer of RTP of which year?
November 22.
ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ May 22 ತೋರಿಸಲಾ? ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 1 ವೀಕ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಓದಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಗ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ನೆನಪಿದ್ರೆ, ಓಲಿವಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ, ಒಂದೆರಡು RTP ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎವ್ರಿ RTP ಇದ್ದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ 2 ಪೇಜ್ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸಮ್. When I said at the beginning today, so many things you don't have to work out. 1 or 2 question work out ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ don't attend CA course. Okay na? 1 or 2 question ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಫ್ಲೋ ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಳಿದುದನ್ನ ಫೈನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪನಿ 4 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ 120% ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆನೇ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವುದು? ಶೇರ್ ಸಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ಅದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ರೆಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ, ಇಫ್ ನಾನ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತದೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ So when I gave A plus and A, many of them came in A plus and A. You are wondering, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ almost ಅಷ್ಟೇ topic ಇರೋದು, and you will be having account standard bit to 5 questions. 5 questions ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು question extreme case maybe 20 marks or 15 marks. Every other question will have two questions, 10 marks each. 6th question 5 question ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That means all the 10 topics which are there, every question they will ask. So they cannot exclude anything. These are simple common sense. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. I didn't want to tell you at that beginning. Then bonus issue, right? ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ತರ redemption of debentures ಕೇಳವರೆ. So purchase ಇಂದ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದು ಅಕ್ಕ ಈ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಇನ್ಸೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್, then departmental account, branch accounts, then 14 question single entry, ಅದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪಾಪ ಫೈರ್ ಬ್ರೋಕೌಟ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಒಂದು 31st March ಒಂದು 1 or 2 ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಇದು again first question what we did in the class. Debtors are 2 months. Debtors 2 months ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ debtors 1,45,000 ಇದೆ. So divided by 1 month 2 months ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that will give 1 month credit sales of the last year. Then ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. How much is credit sale, how much is the cash sales ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಯಾರು ಇದು again ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದು ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೀರಾ?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You look at the adjustment ನೋಡ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Do you ಯಾರು ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ತೆಗೆತಾ ಇದೀನಿ? Did you take the same question?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ಯಾವುದು ಮೇಡ್ ಹೊಡಿಲ್ಲ?
Olivia is number.
ಇದು ಮೇಡ್ ಹೊಡಿದ್ದು.
Same questions.
Same question.
Same question.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಬರಲಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಇಟ್. ನಾನು ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದೇ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coming to our theory notes, investment account ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೈರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇನ್ಸೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಫೈನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮೊದಲಿತ್ತು, ಈಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಲೈಫ್ ಇನ್ಸೂರೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಎ ಅಂತಿದೆ. RRR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಎ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, PL ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಬಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್. ಅದೇ ತರ ಜನರಲ್ ಇನ್ಸೂರೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇಸ್ B-RE is revenue account, BPL is for pay and account, B-BS Bipasha was balance sheet. Syllabus is just general that's ಮಾಡಿ. Higher purchase accounts, goods of small value in syllabus ಇಲ್ಲ, goods of substantial value. Okay, ಅದರ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ asset account ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ನೋಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿ. ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Single entry system. There are two methods of determining profit: capital comparison and conversion method. Capital comparison alli statement of affairs ಮಾಡಿ you prepare a capital account. Conversion method alli different steps. Preparing final accounts, prepare all the accounts simultaneously, prepare trading and P&L account at the end, use bills of exchange ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರು ಫೈನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 3 ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. if it is a company schedule 3 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Everybody else you can follow any format you want. This is about the theory portion. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಖುಷಿ. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ PDF I'll just show you. Okay, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ 1 week ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ದರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟಚ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ MTP RTP ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದರ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ MTP RTP ಸರ್ಚ್ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಮಿಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್. ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪೇಜಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ AS3 ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. ಯಾವುದು Preparation of financial statement. Missing figure ಮಾಡೋದು. So company ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. So I think page number 89 ಇಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ನಾನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್. ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು 4 ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಳಿದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಯಾರು?
ನಾನು.
ಈ ತರ ಬೋನಸ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನೋಡಿ. ನವೆಂಬರ್ 20 ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ನವೆಂಬರ್ 22 ಈಚ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಕಂಪೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ರೀಸನಬಲ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ is obviously morning class whatever has happened ಅದನ್ನ 1 or 2 hours ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 10 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು 5 ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 2 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ತರ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ 2 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 3 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ತರ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಈ ಬುಕ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಸಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಟುಮಾರೋ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಗೇನ್ 11 o'clock SMS ಸೆಷನ್. ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ 1 session and wind up. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಇಬ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹಾಫ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಾವು ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್. ನೀವು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಇದು ಹಿಯರ್ ಬಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೇನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 80 to 90% ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಕಾಂಜಿಬಿಜನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾಳೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ 2 ದಿನ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಸ್ ಎನಿ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್. ನಾಳೆಗೆ 11 o'clock ಸರ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಡೇ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್. ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಅದೇ ತರ ಲಾ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್? ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಎಂಜಾಯ್?
Yes, sir.
ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜೋಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಫಿನಿಶ್ ರೀಸನಬಲಿ ವಿದಿನ್ 3 hours ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ 3 hours ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಟಿಲ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆನ್ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ರೈಟ್, ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಭೂಮಿಕಾ? ಜೋಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಬಂದಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಆಫೀಸ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್.
The highest my parents aimed was telugumatrimony.com. And I registered on that site some time back. And there I realized that the competition for Indian women is absolutely brutal. On these websites, for 100 men, there are barely 50 women. And NRIs take away the top 20 export quality girls. The next 20 go to the 2 I's of India, IITs and IIMs. Men like me don't stand a chance.